performances, but I know the man beside me here tonight is going to highlight up front. Former all-conference performer and a decade-long NFL veteran, Marshall Newhouse is in for Landry Burdine tonight. And Marshall, I don't blame you one bit if you start with the offensive linemen and talk about how much better they were last week.
Yeah, it's something that we've been waiting for all season. This offensive line has had some moments here and there, these moments of greatness, even closing to that. But this run game between Cam Cook and Jeremy Payne really exploded. A two-headed monster now. We'll see Payne get some more carries. And I think the thing that you can lean your hat on is that when the game needed to be sealed and ground away in the fourth quarter, they came up with that 57 rushing yards and really kind of salted the game away. And that's an attitude thing more as an offensive lineman.
Yeah, 57 yards in that fourth quarter. It's amazing how that subtle change of sliding Ben Taylor Whitfield, the youngster, in at right tackle made a big difference. Sunny Dykes talked about the fact he made some mistakes, but he played hard, and that's what he was looking for. All right, we've got a lot to get into in the next hour. We call it Inside TCU Football. Back at our Marit Studios is Dave Shook. He's our host, and we get him on a Friday night, folks. This is rare. This is usually date night, but Dave has made an exception. He's joining us tonight here for Inside TCU Football. What's on this edition, my man?
You all are the dates tonight, guys. Our two-part sit-down with Frogs head coach Sunny Dykes coming your way in about 40 minutes from now. Before that, though, Marshall and Elvis will give us an inside look at the Cougars in today's edition of X's and O's with the Safety Bros, and I'll bring you today's TCU story with Frog DB Lamarian James, as well as a look at all the action this weekend in college football, as well as some look at the local Texas high school football scene tonight. Up next, though, we'll go around the conference in today's edition of Big 12 Today. Fans, don't forget that TCU football is brought to you by EECU, proud to be the official credit union of the Horned Frogs. You're listening to Inside TCU Football, getting you set for the Frogs and the Cougs from Amon Carter Stadium. Back with more after this from Toyota.
The Toyota Tundra's powerful, available iForce V6 engine means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. To your cousins, the Tundra means as they jump off the boat onto the sandbar. To your co-pilots, the Tundra means an extra comfortable journey. And to you, the Tundra means whoa. Toyota is a proud sponsor of TCU Athletics. Give them hell in style in a 2025 Tundra, built to take you wherever the road leads. Find yours today. Toyota, let's go places. See packages and options at toyota.com for feature availability.
Rooting for the family team has become quite the tradition at Lamarian Bank. It's something we grew up doing, and it's something that defines who we are. We're also big fans of rooting for family businesses. Because in all of our years of banking, we found that when we treat every business like family, they tend to prosper. So, if you're a family business and you need a bank, come see us today. Lamarian Bank. Here, you grow. A division of Zions Bank Corporation, N.A., member FDIC.
A smooth, close Barbasol shave in the morning lifts your confidence. That rich, creamy lather will catapult you to greatness. Nothing can stop you today. Well, except that traffic jam. Barbasol, it's a can of can-do.
Snakes, zombies, public speaking. The list of fears is endless. But the real danger is in your hand when you're behind the wheel. Distracted driving is what's really scary and even deadly. Eyes forward, don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
This is LaDainian Tomlinson, and you are listening to the Horned Frogs Sports Network from Learfield.
The term fight is the TCU soccer mantra. Fight is a mentality. It's an unwavering approach to not only soccer, but life. Frog fans, we need you in the fight for TCU soccer at Garvey Rosenthal Soccer Stadium. Join us for heavyweight matchups with the likes of Alabama, Texas Tech, and BYU. Get ready for an unforgettable season and join the fight with the Horned Frogs this fall. For tickets and more information, visit gofrogs.com.
Imagine blowing the frog horn, or getting exclusive pregame Moncrief Field access, or touring the press box, plus snapping photos with the Spirit members. Well, these are all part of the TCU Game Day experiences. To grab these premier opportunities, download the Riff Ram app or head to gofrogs.com/experiences. Remember, they go on sale every Monday of game week. Don't get that FOMO feeling. Be right to
do anything at home.
Yeah. By the way, mark it down, Dave. Elvis has now labeled both BYU and Utah the hardest place to play on the road in the Big 12.
And this is after Elvis had written off Utah and then wrote them back in as a Big 12 favorite over the course of the last 2 weeks.
So, BYU, though?
Next week, Dave, watch. Next week he's going to say Stillwater's the hardest place in the league to play.
We'll see if he still thinks that after Oklahoma State might be 0-3 in the league after tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah.
As fun as last weekend was, not only in the Big 12, but nationally with some major upsets, there was a bit of a black cloud that settled over the sport on Monday as ESPN.
That they're talking, they want to schedule themselves. I get that. And they actually have some valid points on some of the stuff that you hear about wanting to eliminate conference champions as top 4 seeds. That's a little valid stuff that I actually understand, because the 5 seed may have the best road to a national championship.
Good.
So, hey, credit to them for trying to make an adjustment.
Yeah, hey, Dave, the best thing that I liked that came out of the Big 12 statement was Brett Yormark's simple line of, the idea of multiple automatic bids for certain conferences is ridiculous.
and it probably is. I'm concerned, though. Does Marshall really not find any appeal in the idea of Arkansas and Iowa playing each other in the second week of December? Come on now.
All
right, coming up next, guys, good stuff. It's the first look at today's Coors Light scoreboard as we go around the Big 12 and the country, looking at some of the biggest matchups this weekend in college football. That's all still as we continue to count you down toward kickoff between the Frogs and the Cougars. That's coming up after this from Texas Health.
Who better to care for TCU fans than other TCU fans? As a proud sponsor of TCU Athletics, Texas Health is here to help every fan be their healthiest self. From advanced orthopedics to heart and vascular services, we care for you through it all. And from our ever-expanding hospital and urgent care locations to our video visits and at-home care options, getting the care you need is more convenient than ever. Learn more at texashealth.org/TCU. Go Frogs!
What's the difference between filing taxes online and filing with Liberty Tax? Our knowledgeable experts take the time to get to know you and your unique situation, because there are thousands of possible deductions you could qualify for. The more you can claim, the larger your refund could be. Upgrade to a trusted tax expert. Visit LibertyTax.com to read our reviews. Liberty Tax, your trusted tax experts for life. Every tax situation is unique, and you should seek the assistance of a professional before taking action. See website for details and eligibility.
This great call in TCU history is presented by T-Mobile, December 31st, 2022. In the college football semifinal versus the Michigan Wolverines, D. Winters intercepts J.J. McCarthy and returns it for a touchdown for TCU's second pick 6 of the game.
4 receivers, looks, fires, and picked off. D. Winters grabs it at the 20, at the 15, to the 10. Touchdown! 27-yard pick 6 for D. Winters, the second of the game.
Head to T-Mobile.com and get a great deal on iPhone 16 Pro.
Hi, Frog fans. This is former quarterback Casey Paha, and you're listening to the Horned Frog Sports Network from Learfield.
My name is Dr. Mario Choice. I'm the program director at Hope Farm. Hope Farm is an after-school mentoring program for boys growing up without a father. From elementary school to college or vocational study, our boys discover a home away from home at Hope Farm. Fatherless U.S. children account for 71% of all high school dropouts and 85% of all children who show behavior disorders. Hope Farm believes there is potential in every child and provides intentional programming that includes mentoring, academic support, and a hot meal every day after school. Find out more about Hope Farm at hopefarm.org.
Stay in the know with all things TCU athletics anytime, anywhere on your mobile device by downloading the Riff Ram app. The Riff Ram app is the official TCU athletics mobile app. With it, you get breaking news and score updates, plus live game play-by-play and game statistics with all of the info that you need on game day. Stay in the know with the Riff Ram app. Download it today through the iTunes App Store or get it at Google Play and bleed purple.
Up to the second scores and highlights from the Moritz Studios. It's the Coors Light Scoreboard. Here's Dave Shuck.
Frogs and the Cougars coming your way from Amon Carter Stadium as the Frogs look to pick up their second straight league win of the season. It's time now for our first look at the Coors Light Scoreboard, highlighting some key games coming up this weekend in the Big 12 in the top 25, starting first within the Big 12 Conference. Everything else still to come tomorrow, starting at 3 p.m. as Oklahoma State hosts West Virginia. The Cowboys routed in each of their first 2 Big 12 Conference games by Utah and Kansas State. Desperately in need of a win as West Virginia comes to Stillwater. The Mountaineers rallied to beat Kansas in Morgantown in their Big 12 debut. Oklahoma State has won 8 of the previous 9 meetings in the series. The other interesting matchup, Arizona taking on Texas Tech at home in Tucson. It'll be a 10 p.m. kick after the sun goes down. Both unbeaten in Big 12 plays. The Cats coming off that win over Utah. Meanwhile, Tech coming off a wild win over Cincinnati. 2 teams did play regularly from 1932 to 1989, a series which Texas Tech dominated 27 6-5-2, the all-time record. But the only meeting since that was back in 2019, a win for Arizona in Tucson. So the Wildcats hoping to replicate that and pick up their second conference win of the season. And then as for the top 25, we actually have 2 games going on this evening, including in the Big Ten, where that classic Big Ten matchup features number 6 Oregon hosting Michigan State tonight in Eugene with an 8 p.m. kickoff between those two. Possible trap game for the Ducks, though, as they've got a matchup with Ohio State looming at home next Saturday. Spartans have lost 2 straight after a 3-0 start. And then the other top 25 team in action, number 25 UNLV, welcoming in Syracuse to Las Vegas for an 8 p.m. kick as well. Rebels were the center of the college football universe a week ago with the news about quarterback Matthew Saluka, who pulled up stakes and left the team after his NIL deal fell through with the school. Rebels, though, still unbeaten at 4-0 on the season and looking for their 3rd win over a Power 4 conference school after beating Kansas in Houston earlier in the season. So that's a quick check of the Coors Light scoreboard, previewing the upcoming weekend. As we continue throughout the night, we'll also update you on some of the biggest matchups from around Texas high school football here on this Friday Night Lights edition of TCU Football. Fans, don't forget that TCU Football is brought to you by EECU, proud to be the official credit union of the Horned Frogs. Coming up next on Inside TCU Football, we head back out to Fort Worth as Brian Marshall and Elvis will give us this week's scouting report and the Safety Bros breakdown. That's after this from the Railhead.
Life's too short to live in Dallas. That's the motto at Railhead. It's on the walls and the staff shirts. Railhead Smokehouse offers a spectacular menu of heaping plates of ribs, sliced beef, fries, and cheddar peppers. With weekday specials and their world-famous ice-cold schooners of beer and margaritas. From the barbecue landmark at 2900 Montgomery, just off I-30. Remember, the best barbecue in Fort Worth is at Railhead Smokehouse, home of the Sunny Dykes radio show Mondays at 6 p.m.
Your taxes are unique, just like you. That's why you need a Liberty Tax expert that gets you and your taxes. We provide fast services and low prices so you understand how contributing to a 401k, paying for student loans, and using apps like Venmo can affect your taxes. Visit LibertyTax.com to book an appointment or get directions. Liberty Tax, your trusted tax experts for life. Every tax situation is unique, and you should seek the assistance of a professional before taking action. See website for details and eligibility.
From starting a business to preparing for retirement, there will always be obstacles. Overcoming them requires working with the right team. NFP listens first and then creates solutions that help clients achieve their goals. Whether you're looking for insurance that mitigates risk, benefits to help attract and retain employees, or wealth management that keeps you on a path toward the future you want, NFP has you covered. NFP delivers the expertise, insight, and service you need and is a proud partner of the TCU Horned Frogs. Learn more at nfp.com.
Today's game is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. We offer auto, home, and commercial auto insurance, plus a variety of business insurance options. Visit Progressive.com today. This is TCU Football on the Horned Frogs Sports Network from Learfield.
There are those who see the world through a different lens, who take risks, who are willing to make a stand. Because trails, they aren't blazed by the timid, but by the bold. For 150 years, TCU has been creating the next generation of leaders. To think audaciously, care compassionately, lead heroically. And now, it's our turn, our time to lead on.
Be ready for game day with officially licensed TCU merchandise from shop.gofrogs.com. Gear up with apparel and accessories, including t-shirts, hats, jerseys, and more. And now check out the latest in custom NIL merchandise that supports your favorite TCU athlete. Whether in the stadium on game day or sporting your purple in the office, look your best for the best selection of Horned Frogs gear online. It's shop.gofrogs.com and bleed purple.
Insight only former Frogs can provide. They can talk it because they played it. X's and O's with the Safety Bros. Landry and Elvis are on deck. Brought to you by Cook Children's. To tee the boys up, here once again is the voice of the Frogs, Brian Estridge.
Landry's got the night off, and our guest has, well, he's pancaked a few safeties in his day. Marshall Newhouse is alongside with Elvis back with a more detailed look at tonight's matchup between the Frogs and the Cougars here in Fort Worth. Two offenses heading in I think it's safe to say opposite directions. Let's start with Houston's fellas, and they'll be facing a TCU defense, Elvis said, may have just figured some things out last week finally. May have been as simple as some personnel shuffles. I mean, can it be as simple as that?
Yeah, it could be. I mean, I think last week, leading into that week, everybody was talking about, Frogs got to stop the run. How are they going to do that? And I think we saw a young kid grow up. I think Marcus Deal is what the talk is. That defensive tackle, I mean, Marcus is a 6'5", 320-pound plus big, what you would call space eater. He's a 4-star, just big-time recruit out of Naaman Forest. Had offers everywhere. I mean, this kid is Georgia,
yep.
You name it, Alabama, USC, you name it. And so the talent is there. The talk is just that he's probably not really quite there as far as maybe understanding everything, but you got to let the kid play. He had a great game, so I really like that adjustment. And then you take into consideration the adjustment that they made on the fly with Channing Canada. I've been tough on the kid. He came in as the number 1 JUCO cornerback in the country, and he has struggled, and maybe expectations were a little too high for him. But JT Broughton is struggling right now, has lost his fastball, his confidence. He's not quite the same player we saw at Stanford. And so you take a look at what Channing Canada was able to do. Had some good moments in tackling, but he was physical. He was a player that I think you see the ability. He's a little bit longer than some of the corners TCU has, and he had a really good game. So you combine that with some of the rotations that they had. You saw Austin Jordan get in the action. Terrence Cook had a good hurry late to cause an interception. And so you take a look at some of those guys, and yeah, it was, to me, that was part of the simplicity of last week.
Yeah, and one of the things that we've heard now, you keep talking simplify, is that Houston's going through the same sort of thing. That's been their theme all week in H-Town. Their offense hasn't scored in 2 weeks. Offensive coordinator Kevin Barbay says they need to make it easier for their guys. Less formations, less eye candy, just be straightforward in their approach. Marshall, that's not a good sign when you have to do that 5 games in, is it?
Not only is it not a good sign, it's a bad sign with a senior quarterback, and that's just something you don't expect to hear, is that you need to simplify things. Now, maybe that's just for the rest of the offense to kind of catch them up to speed and let them play fast, and that could be a good thing. But yeah, when you've lost 4 games already this season, there's not much else that you've got to hold on to, and so an offense that's averaged 8 negative plays per game this season, and they've got no more than 155 passing yards in a game this season, there's nothing left else to hold on to.
Yeah.
So I would switch things up and just get any kind of win you can. Desperate times call for desperate measures.
By the way, you are a Frog through and through, but you got close family ties down at UH over the years. It's been painful for your folks, I know, to see what this Cougar offense has become after decades of really being cutting edge and producing major numbers.
Yeah, both my cousin Robert Newhouse and my father John Newhouse played at the University of Houston. Really revolutionized the veer back in the day. Had some high-flying offenses, many Cotton Bowl teams and nationally contending teams, and I don't think they've recognized this program for quite some time. And so they contributed to better days, and I think they're definitely hopeful of better days ahead. But it's been a tough watch, and he's my dad specifically gets to kind of be a frog by association. So I think that lifts the spirits a little bit.
In purple tonight?
Yeah, absolutely.
I love that. Yeah. By the way, last week they ran a 2-quarterback system, splitting time between Donovan Smith and Zion Chris. Didn't really show a ton of promise, to be honest with you. Offensive coordinator Kevin Barbay says they are just ready for somebody to step up at this point.
Yeah, I think they've both handled it well, and they're both mature and supportive of one another, and, get excited for each other whenever we do make positive plays. So I think both their maturity levels have helped with that. Donovan obviously has played the game for a long time and has been around a bunch of quarterback rooms, and Zion has as well. And so I think those guys are very supportive of each other, and kind of remove their egos from the situation, and want what's best for our team.
Yeah, they may want it, but they just haven't been able to deliver yet. And I know that's what the Frog defense is going to try and make sure that doesn't happen here tonight. The one thing that Houston can do, Elvis, is run the football. 554 yards of rushing last 3 games. That's top 20 in FBS. They can't get that going today. because it could be a long day for the Horned Frogs. Tell me how this TCU defense stays off the field.
Well, yeah, they definitely got to take the run away. I mean, what they say, when you have two quarterbacks, you have none. And so really, you got to make whoever that guy is beat you. The Frogs showed that, hey, get an extra defender in the box. Whether it's Jamel Johnson, Abe Kamara is just a great tackler, especially for his size. You got to load it up. You got to take that away. Make a play left-handed, as they say sometimes. But it really starts on first down. If you look at the struggles that Houston had against Iowa State, I believe they ran 20 plays, 72 yards on just first down alone. So when they get behind schedule is when they struggle. Now all of a sudden they've got to go to the air attack. They got to open things up, and that's not what they want to do. Also, you look at third down has been a problem for TCU's defense. Last week, I believe it was a 3rd and 9. They pick up 16. Kansas does. Then they go 3rd and 16. They give up 33 yards. They're one of the worst teams in the country on third down. So you got to really focus in on those things. You got to start fast. You got to finish strong. Those are ways that TCU's defense will stay off the field.
All right, now to the other side of the ball. The Frog offense was with that newfound run game against a very good defense from Houston. Marshall, this defense front, their front seven really will be one of the best ones that TCU has seen this season, and maybe for the rest of the year, as a matter of fact. These dudes are good. They disrupt passing lanes. They keep folks out of the end zone, too.
Absolutely. They've been absolutely stingy, and despite the team's overall lack of performance, this defensive line unit within the defense has been playing really well. I mean, you look specifically at the Oklahoma game and the Iowa State game. They were stingy all game. Their offenses couldn't do anything, so eventually you let go of the rope and you do what you can. But, yeah, they've got guys like Zykeia Strong and Brandon Mack who are getting their hands up in the passing lanes, winning one-on-one matchups, causing a lot of consternation, and also they're defending the run really, really well. And so they've held 3 ranked team quarterbacks under 200 yards passing. This is a legit defense. You wish their offense could match even half of what they do, but if you're TCU, you want to establish the run, but you want to take advantage of your dogs, your guys, the Savions, the Jack Beshes, and the JPs of the world, and just really don't let this team stick around.
Yeah, you think about it, TCU has so many weapons, Elvis. You feel like this group can quickly shuffle the deck to find the weakness in the opponent's defense. That starts with a quarterback in Josh Hoover, who's playing with a ton of confidence.
He is. He's got to be a little careful. I think at times he's tried too hard, too much, forced things in there. But I think, again, it starts with use the athleticism you have. Get the ball to the perimeter. I want to see those guys up front run, go sideline to sideline. Apparently one of their top linebackers is battling an ankle injury. Let's be more athletic than them. And I think if Josh Hoover can just limit and not understand he doesn't have to win the game on every throw and limit those turnovers that we've seen the last 2 weeks, they'll be just fine.
Yeah, Frog receivers should get credit for rushing yards, folks. That's how good they've been. These guys are tough with the football in their hands. That's something that Jack Bash, the leader of that group, says they focus on.
Oh, 100%. Yak is a huge thing we talk about. Once we catch that ball and we get that ball in our hands, now you're a running back. You don't go down. You don't let the first person tackle you. You don't let the second person tackle you. You got to get the whole team on your back to get you down. And if you go watch our games, obviously that's how we play. We don't let people arm tackle us. We're going to outrun people. We're going to run through people. We're going to keep doing that week in, week out.
Yeah, Besh and this wide receiving core will have their hands full against a pretty physical defensive backfield for the Cougars. Let's do some keys now for this Frog offense today. For that, we turn back to the pro, Marshall Newhouse.
I think first and foremost, it's just penalties. It's discipline, not getting yourself behind the sticks and not getting yourself in just rough situations. This TCU team has competed in every game they've been in, sans the SMU game, but even then, that was discipline. Those were multiple special teams and offensive mistakes more than anything. So limiting those things keeps you in a place that you can win, and your offense, which is scoring 35 points plus a game, gives you a chance to win. And I think secondly, cherish the ball. Turnovers. It's something that you can't preach enough, especially with a team with a lot of playmakers who want to do so much. They want to make a play. They want to be the guy. Just hold on to the ball. Let's live to fight another day, another down. And then you got to feed the beast. Savion, Jack Pesh, JP. Those guys have produced. They've shown us they want the ball, and they'll take care of the ball. Feed them if you're Josh Hoover, if you're this offense. Lean on those guys because they're asking for it, and they're going to deliver you a win.
All right, there you have it, folks. Inside of this matchup tonight between TCU and Houston, we get to hear from the head coach of the Horned Frogs shortly. But first, Lamarian James grew up 1,500 miles away, but he was always intrigued by the state of Texas. Now he gets his college football chance right here in the Lone Star State, and he couldn't be happier. His TCU story is next after this timeout and a word from Coles.
As Texans, we have many reasons to be proud of the Lone Star State. Showing our pride by saying, "Don't mess with Texas," means we gotta step up, walk the walk, do our part to keep Texas clean. Because after all these years, all the roads we travel, and all of our traditions, for all us Texans, Don't Mess with Texas means don't litter. Brought to you by the Texas Department of Transportation.
TCU teams and traditions are legendary. Our team at Strategic Wealth Designers are proud to be a partner of TCU Athletics. What an honor to be working together. When you're ready to discuss your financial future, call the team the Horned Frogs Trust. We look forward to creating your winning strategy for retirement. Visit us at swdgroup.com today. And go Horned Frogs.
Hi, I'm Courtney Paul, owner of Ideal Partners and a proud TCU alum. For the last 15 years, we've had the pleasure to be footwear's all-in-one place for your home or business needs, from pest control, heating and cooling, fire and security, and roofing services. We handle it all so you can remain focused on your daily activities, like cheering on the Frogs. To show our appreciation for all the support, we're giving away TCU football tickets. Visit idealpartners.com to enter to win. Ideal Partners, improving the places we live, work, and play.
This is Marcus Cannon, and you are listening to TCU Football on Horned Frog Sports Network from Learfield.
At TCU, we're investing in potential. On average, 80% of Horned Frogs receive financial aid that helps fuel their dreams and futures. You can help by supporting student scholarships. Your generosity plants the seeds of opportunity, allowing students to grow into tomorrow's leaders and innovators. Visit tcu.edu/give to contribute. Large or small, your gift matters. TCU, lead on with impact.
Get your game face on and get ready for the thrill of TCU football. Join us at Amon G. Carter Stadium for an action-packed season. Feel the roar of the crowd and experience the excitement of every touchdown as you witness the electric atmosphere that only TCU football can deliver. Whether you're a die-hard fan or new to the Horned Frogs Nation, every game brings unforgettable memories. Grab your tickets today at gofrogs.com and be part of the action as we bleed purple together. TCU football, the Carter awaits.
It's about more than football. It's the TCU story, focused on DFW's Big 12 team and presented by the Flying T Club. Let's keep winning.
Growing up in Tidewater, Virginia, Lamarian Scud James hadn't really heard of TCU. Don't get me wrong, he was a huge college football fan, but back east he had focused on schools that were closer to his hometown of Norfolk. But what he did know about the state of Texas was that football was big. So when the time came for him to leave the old school in Old Dominion and spread his wings, heading to Texas sounded intriguing.
Growing up, I knew that Texas was a big football state. So, you know, in it, like, I'll see, like, things on Instagram, they'll be ranking, like, all the states, football states, and, like, Texas would be, like, in the top 5, number 1. So, you know, I feel like it's big for me, too, being around a lot of football. And one thing that stood out the most to me is, like, it's a big fan base around here. Like, I drive around, all you see is TCU on people's houses and stuff, so I feel like, and I went to Shake Shack yesterday, and the lady, she knew who I was, so, you know, I feel like that's a big thing for me, too. That's why I like it here at TCU.
He brought with him a ton of experience. A 3-year starter at ODU, James immediately made an impact on the field for TCU and is now starting at cornerback and helped to solidify the win over Kansas last week with a late interception. But it wasn't just the football that sold him on TCU. It was the culture of the football program that made the biggest impact.
When I first visited here, it was just, so I'm a type of guy, family guy, you know. I like to be comfortable around people. And when I came here, I like the coaches, the academic stuff, so, you know, the players, they welcome me with open arms, so, you know, that stood out to me the most. And then the way they play hard each and every game, so, you know, I want to bring back that to this year.
Lamarian is loving it here in Fort Worth, although he did have to make an adjustment to at least one thing when he moved to the state of Texas.
First week of fall camp, I cramped like the first 4 days. I'm thinking I'm doing something wrong, like I'm drinking water, Pedialyte and everything, but the trainers, they telling me, like, you just got to get adjusted to the heat. So, you know, it's been crazy, but I'm getting used to it.
Which is why when asked about what he missed most about the Commonwealth of Virginia where he grew up, he didn't mention family or food or friends. No, he went right back to the weather.
At nighttime, Virginia it get colder. Here is about 8 o'clock, it's still hot. Like, I'm like, dang, like, I'm going back in the crib. I'm going to get some food.
I say, I'm just going to do it, Dad. It's too high.
Still adjusting to the Texas heat off the field, Lamarian James has stepped right in as a leader on the field, and this Frog defense is better for it. That's Lamarian James, and that's his TCU story. Still to come here on Inside TCU Football, we'll hear from the head coach of the Horned Frogs, Sunny Dykes, as he visits with the voice of the Horned Frogs, Brian Estridge, coming up after this from NFP.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End of friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you're planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
At Frost, we believe in going the extra mile, like opening more locations to be a part of more communities. Overdraft grace, which means no fee if you overdraw your Frost Personal or Frost Plus account by $100 or less. And the little things like cookies, coffee, or that time when there was a fire at a Fort Worth daycare and Frost Bankers entertained 26 kids with snacks and games until their parents could pick them up. That actually happened. Frost, exactly what you unexpected.
The Toyota Tundra's powerful, available iForce V6 engine means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. To your cousins, the Tundra means as they jump off the boat onto the sandbar. To your co-pilots, the Tundra means an extra comfortable journey. And to you, the Tundra means whoa. Toyota is a proud sponsor of TCU Athletics. Give them hell in style in a 2025 Tundra, built to take you wherever the road leads. Find yours today. Toyota, let's go places. See packages and options at toyota.com for feature availability.
Hi, this is Andy Dalton, and you're listening to the Horned Frog Sports Network from Learfield.
Looking for top talent? TCU is a magnet for the nation's brightest minds. After graduation, half of our students choose to stay and work right here in the Lone Star State, bringing their skills and passion to local businesses. Our graduates are making an impact, and they're ready to make a difference in your organization. Ready to connect with the best? Visit tcu.edu/hireafrog to learn more about how TCU talent can help your business thrive. TCU, lead on with impact.
Hey, Horned Frog fans, want to give your kids the ultimate football experience at TCU? Well, create a memory they'll cherish forever as you join us for a chance to be a part of TCU's Bleacher Creatures and run out onto the field pregame with the Frogs. Just show up 20 minutes before kickoff at the Southeast Scoreboard, and your kids will get to run with America's favorite mascot, Super Frog, onto the field. All kids who participate get a free Frogs jersey, courtesy of Cook Children's. See you game day at the Carter, and don't forget to bleed purple.
Locker room access granted. We're minutes from kickoff, but you've got exclusive insight from head coach Sunny Dykes. D&M Leasing presents Sunny D Live. Brian Estridge is in the locker room with the head coach right now.
Back at Amon Carter Stadium, the Horned Frogs and the Houston Cougars. Kind of a rematch of old Southwest Conference days here. Frogs and Cougars meeting for the, what now, going to be the 27th time all time. Head coaches alongside Sunny Dykes. Let's talk real quickly about Kansas, the last outing. Bounce back game. You wanted leadership. You got it.
Yeah, I was impressed with the way our guys, handled themselves as the game, got into the critical moments. And I was really proud of us. We made some plays when we needed to. I thought the offense, defense, and special teams, all three units really rose up in critical situations. And, we needed to put together a drive and run the football. We drove it down the field, kicked a field goal to separate. Defense needed to get some critical stops. We turned the ball over at the 5-yard line, and the defense held them to a field goal. So that was a huge thing for us defensively. And then, obviously, John Paul's punt return on special teams. So I thought all three units rose up in critical situations and made plays.
You ran the football for over 150 yards. Offensive line, I thought, may have played their best game of the year.
Yeah, I thought we protected pretty well for the most part, and then ran the football, and it was good. It's good to do that. I mean, it's been something we've kind of been waiting on, and what I liked about it is we ran it when everybody in the stadium knew we were going to run it. When we had to on that last drive, and we wanted to be able to milk some clock, and we wanted to be able to obviously get in field goal range to go up 2 scores. And, the guys came off the ball. We finished blocks. It was a lot better, and I'm excited to kind of see where that takes us and build off of that.
And just in case they're listening, we should brag on the D-line, too, because they played well as well.
Yeah. We got on our heels a little bit early. Kansas went down and scored first 2 possessions, and then I thought after that our guys really settled in and really thought we played well up front. I challenged the players, both the offensive and defensive lines, last week, and those guys really responded and really performed well.
You mentioned JP and his punt return. There was no panic. There was a lot of poise, I thought, in your group. You were down at that point when he took that one to the house.
Yeah, it was a big play for us. I mean, it really was. Kind of gave us the momentum, and I think at that point, we had lost 2 tough games, a game that we played pretty well in and a game we played as bad as you can play in. And so what happened at that point is you start kind of questioning yourself a little bit, and you have a tendency to come play a little bit tight. And I thought our guys really kind of settled in and relaxed after JP's punt return, and maybe weren't pressing quite as much. And when players do that, they perform a lot better.
And by the way, you're 1-0 at Arrowhead.
Yeah, nice to be 1-0, and like I said, hopefully I'm not going to be playing there anytime soon.
All right, now we turn your attention to Houston. The Cougars are in town. We'll talk about Willie Fritz's team in 2 minutes after this timeout.
From starting a business to preparing for retirement, there will always be obstacles. Overcoming them requires working with the right team. NFP listens first and then creates solutions that help clients achieve their goals. Whether you're looking for insurance that mitigates risk, benefits to help attract and retain employees, or wealth management that keeps you on a path toward the future you want, NFP has you covered. NFP delivers the expertise, insight, and service you need and is a proud partner of the TCU Horned Frogs. Learn more at nfp.com.
At Frost, we believe in going the extra mile, like opening more locations to be a part of more communities. Overdraft grace, which means no fee if you overdraw your Frost Personal or Frost Plus account by $100 or less. And the little things like cookies, coffee, or that time when there was a fire at a Fort Worth daycare and Frost bankers entertained 26 kids with snacks and games until their parents could pick them up. That actually happened. Frost, exactly what you unexpected.
What's the difference between filing taxes online and filing with Liberty Tax? Our knowledgeable experts take the time to get to know you and your unique situation, because there are thousands of possible deductions you could qualify for. The more you can claim, the larger your refund could be. Upgrade to a trusted tax expert. Visit libertytax.com to read our reviews. Liberty Tax, your trusted tax experts for life. Every tax situation is unique, and you should seek the assistance of a professional before taking action. See website for details and eligibility.
This is Farmer Frog quarterback Ty Gunn, and you're listening to the Horned Frog Sports Network, Learfield.
It's Hall of Fame weekend, Frog fans. This is Jill Kramer, director of the Black Tea Association, TCU's official Letter Winners Club. On behalf of TCU Athletics, please join us in celebrating our 2024 Hall of Fame class and their accomplishments. We'd also like to welcome our men's and women's tennis letter winners back to campus for their reunion weekend. Thank you for being outstanding ambassadors for TCU Athletics. Go Frogs.
We've got your perfect pregame hangout covered. Head over to Frog Alley on Stadium Drive, right in front of Amon G. Carter Stadium, before every Horned Frogs football game. Enjoy a cold brew at the TCU Beer Garden. Savor delicious bites from our fantastic vendors. Or let the kids have a blast in the kids' zone. Plus, you can groove to some live music as well. Frog Alley opens 3 hours before kickoff, so get there early and soak up the game day excitement at TCU. For more info on Frog Alley, visit gofrogs.com.
And they're really, really good. I mean, they're good on offense, good on defense. They got a kick and punt returner that are both really good players. They can do a lot of different things. They've got 2 quarterbacks right now that are different, but they're both athletic and can make plays. Very impressed with their defensive front. I think that's probably the strength of their team. They're big up front. The guys do a tremendous job of getting off blocks and eating up space. Tough to run the ball against. And as you said, top 30 defense.
This kind of highlights how little things make a big difference. Red zone offense, right, and turnovers, because this is a group that runs the football and defends the run, which every coach says are the most important things to do. Yeah, and like I said, a lot of it just has to do with some bad things that have happened, kind of bad timing, bad luck, and they are really playing good, solid defense. I mean, they've got a lot of speed on the back end. Really like the corners and the way those guys run. They do a good job keeping you off your heels. They're gonna blitz probably more than any team we've played so far this year, and they're very
very good at their blitz packages. I mean, they bring boundary pressure, bring the corner cat. They'll bring a lot of field blitz as well. Do a lot of different things to kind of disrupt you offensively, and try to keep you off balance. And one thing they've really done a good job of is playing well on first down. And all of a sudden you look up and you're in second long and third and long, and that's where they got you, because they can bring some of those blitz packages and pressure the quarterback.
They've talked all week about simplifying things offensively. What does that do for a defensive preparation?
Well, I think like anything else, I mean, everybody's trying to establish an identity, and we're a little bit uncertain which quarterback we're going to see. They played both last week, and so it'll, and they're both runners. They're both good at running. One's a little bit bigger and more powerful. One's more elusive. So, there's really no telling what we're going to see from them offensively, and it's kind of been that way a little bit for us this year, where we've faced some teams with a couple of different quarterbacks, and it's always hard to know what you're going to see.
Coach, you're an old historian of Southwest Conference football yourself. These games between these two teams, it seems like have always been shootouts.
Yeah, it seems like it's been kind of a crazy rivalry through the years, and especially going back to the old days of the run and shoot. And some high-scoring ball games in some of those games.
All right, maybe today. We'll see. At least on one side of the ball, you'll take it, right?
Yeah, we'll take some points this week. Hopefully we'll hold them to few.
All right, Coach. Best of luck. Thanks for the time tonight.
Okay, thanks so much. Looking forward to it.
All right, that's Sunny Dykes here on the Friday night. Frogs and the Houston Cougars. We'll get to the starting lineups. Opening kickoff here at Amon Carter Stadium. Coming your way next after this timeout.
Tom Thumb is making shopping and saving easier than ever. Check out Tom Thumb for You in our mobile app, where you can shop for groceries and save weekly with digital coupons all in one place. With Tom Thumb for You, you can earn rewards points every time you shop and redeem them for discounts on groceries and up to $1 per gallon on gas. Brand new Tom Thumb for You members receive $5 off their next $25 purchase just for signing up. Download the Tom Thumb app or go to TomThumb.com to sign up. Tom Thumb, DFW's grocer since 1948.
To succeed, you need an offense, defense, and special teams. And I'm not just talking TCU football. I'm talking about Amity Bank. We have the business bankers who can help your business grow and take advantage of new opportunities. We also have the experience and market insights that can help defend your business from risk. And we listen because we really care about your success. And if that's not a special team, I don't know what is.
Amity Bank. Here, you grow. Amity Bank, a division of Zions Bank Corporation, N.A., member FDIC.
Some vehicles are simply made. Cadillac vehicles are made to be iconic. And whether that's being made to be vibrant in an all-electric Lyriq, made to be epic in a luxurious Escalade, or made to be thrilling with the dynamic performance of CT4 and CT5, Cadillac is always made to be bold. Because icons aren't just born, they're made. Visit your Metroplex Cadillac dealers today.
This is former Frog QB Brandon Hassel, and you're listening to the Horned Frog Sports Network from Learfield.
Visit Waco and the Texas Sports Hall of Fame, home to the heroes and legends of Texas sport. With over 350 inductees, there is something for every sports fan. Learn more by visiting the Tom Landry Theater, the Texas Tennis Hall of Fame, the Texas High School Football Hall of Fame, and the Southwest Conference Hall of Fame. Come experience the stories and history as rich and captivating as the state itself. For more info, go to tshof.org.
Imagine blowing the frog horn, or getting exclusive pregame Moncrief Field access, or touring the press box, plus snapping photos with the Spirit members. Well, these are all part of the TCU game day experiences. To grab these premier opportunities, download the Riff Ram app or head to gofrogs.com/experiences. Remember, they go on sale every Monday of game week. Don't get that FOMO feeling. Be right in the middle of game day and bleed purple.
Who's in and who's out? This week's injury report from Baylor Scott and White. On the Frog sideline, here is Elvis Gallegos.
Back at Amon G. Carter Stadium for tonight's injury report versus the Houston Cougars. Let's start with Houston. Two great players for tonight's game are listed as probable. You got linebacker Michael Batten, who's been battling an ankle injury, and wide receiver Joseph Manjack battling a shoulder injury. Both are listed as probable. Manjack did not play last week. Let's see. That will probably be a game-time decision for the Cougars. Now, as for TCU tonight, on offense, wide receiver JoJo Earl will be out dealing with a hamstring injury, as well as Major Everhart. Probably one more week left in that sports hernia he's been battling most recently. Running back Trent Battle, we could see him in action tonight. That will be a game-time decision, so that'd be a great sign for the Frogs in the backfield for Trent Battle. On defense, Nnamdi Obiizor, he is probable for tonight's game. Did practice, heard a lot of great things, but he did miss the second half last week against Kansas in a leg injury. Also, Paul Oyewale, defensive lineman who has not played this year. We're hearing one more week, potentially, after battling this Achilles injury he's had all year. That's it for me, boys. Now it's back to Daniel Starks for today's weather report.
Thank you, Elvis. It's a great night for football here in Fort Worth. Temperatures expected to drop down to the low 80s by the end of this game. Very little wind either, just a nice breeze out there. Right before kick, winds are calm out of the east, and we're sitting at about 90 degrees. For the Horned Frog Sports Network, I'm Daniel Starks. Your cover 3, the 3 keys to tonight's game, comes your way next after this from Texas Health.
Back at Amon G. Carter.
Who better to care for TCU fans than other TCU fans? As a proud sponsor of TCU Athletics, Texas Health is here to help every fan be their healthiest self. From advanced orthopedics to heart and vascular services, we care for you through it all. And from our ever-expanding hospital and urgent care locations to our video visits and at-home care options, getting the care you need is more convenient than ever. Learn more at texashealth.org/TCU. Go Frogs!
This commercial isn't about us. It's about you. It's about you and your first sip of your jalapeno margarita. It's about you and the fresh avocado and your shrimp ceviche. You and your family enjoying a good meal and good company. Celebrating with your closest friends, making a toast to a good year. Dessert, your favorite, Cinco Leches. When it's about you, you know you're at the right place. Make your reservation. Make it about you. Make it Macero.
Progressive presents Renter's MVP's Most Valuable Possessions. Today's MVP, Joe Fallon's bedroom mini fridge. Sure, this pint-sized chiller's max capacity is 3 soda cans, but what it lacks in stature, it makes up in cooling strength. Each beverage a perfect 37 degrees every time. And the 2 feet Joe walks to get a drink, priceless. That's why his mini fridge is today's MVP. Keep your most valuable possessions protected by bundling your renters and auto insurance with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Today's game is brought to you by Barbasol, America's #1 shaving cream. Close Shave America, Close Shave Barbasol. You're listening to TCU Football on the Horned Frog Sports Network from Learfield.
In 2020, gun violence became the leading cause of death among teens, according to the CDC. The 1 Second Collaborative, a community-wide effort managed by United Way of Tarrant County, is working to interrupt and prevent youth gun violence. To learn more and get involved, visit unitedwaytarrant.org/OSC. A 1 second decision can be the difference between life and death.
Stay in the know with all things TCU Athletics anytime, anywhere on your mobile device by downloading the Riff Ram app. The Riff Ram app is the official TCU Athletics mobile app. With it, you get breaking news and score updates, plus live game play-by-play and game statistics with all of the info that you need on game day. Stay in the know with the Riff Ram app. Download it today through the iTunes App Store or get it at Google Play and bleed purple.
Your Frogs have prepped all week for this, and so have the Safety Bros. They break today's game down to 3 calls for the win. We call it Cover 3, presented by Specs. Here once again are the boys, Landry and Elvis.
Got the night off. Marshall Newhouse is in his stead with his perspective on this matchup here tonight. You got the Frogs, you got the Cougars. Big Big 12 game for both teams, really. They're trying to get off the snide as Houston, TCU trying to continue to add to their win total. All right, Marshall, what are you thinking as far as keys?
I'm saying TCU's got to apply pressure in every sense of the word. They've got to make this team feel them from the beginning. Number 2, keep a bad team losing. I mean, don't give them any life. Don't do dumb things that just let them have a chance. And then third, establish your edge. I want to see this team with just an edge tonight, with a fight, with some grit.
Attitude helps. Grit, that's a key word, man. That's a word flying around in college football right now. All right, Elvis Gallegos is along the sidelines here at A&G Carter Stadium. Elvis, what are you imagining here out of the Frogs tonight?
Yeah, boys, I'm looking at a fast start. You got to start fast. Jump on these guys early. Don't make them feel like they're in the game. Number 2, the red zone offense. Keep it hot. You want touchdowns over field goals in that red zone. I know Iowa State kind of struggled to put points on the board early against Houston. And number 3, you look at no big plays on defense, fellas. Make this Houston team march the field. So be careful. Communicate well on the back end, and let's eliminate big plays.
All right, I love it. The Horned Frogs come in with a record of 3-2. They're 1-1 in Big 12 play. Houston's 1-4, 0-2. And conference action as these two teams meet for the 27th time, with the series tied at 13 apiece. A lot on the line tonight. Frogs and the Cougars starting lineups, opening kickoff, come your way next here from Fort Worth, Texas. After this timeout, a word from SeatGeek.
Hey, Horned Frog fans, the 2024 football season is here, and SeatGeek is here to help you experience all the action. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the touchdown celebrations this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to TCU football games or to any other live event in your area, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of the TCU Horned Frogs. The most disruptive idea in ticketing? A ticket that works. Expect the expected. SeatGeek.
Life's too short to live in Dallas. That's the motto at Railhead. It's on the walls and the staff shirts. Railhead Smokehouse offers a spectacular menu of heaping plates of ribs, sliced beef, fries, and cheddar peppers. With weekday specials and their world-famous ice-cold schooners of beer and margaritas. From the barbecue landmark at 2900 Montgomery, just off I-30. Remember, the best barbecue in Fort Worth is at Railhead Smokehouse, home of the Sunny Dykes radio show Mondays at 6 p.m.
Every year, the auto industry improves the safety and technology features in new vehicles. It's a great thing, but it does come with higher prices. And if you and your family are in the market for a new vehicle with the latest safety features, technology, and fuel economy, and that new vehicle price seems unrealistic, leasing with D&M is your answer. D&M Leasing can save you up to 50% on your monthly payments. They offer leasing options that fit your lifestyle. It's a smart business decision to consider leasing. Make that smart decision today. Call D&M Leasing today at any area code in 35 Lease. D&M Leasing. It's just that simple.
We make leasing easy at D&M.
This is Sean Stillig, quarterback of the 2002 Liberty Bowl Championship TCU Horned Frogs, and you're listening to the Horned Frogs Sports Network from Learfield.
United Way of Tarrant County fights for those who fought for our country. Their Mission United program helps Texas veterans, active duty military members, and their families access free community resources and services. If you're a veteran in need of assistance, call 844-4TX-VETS or 844-489-8387. Visit UnitedWayTarrant.org to learn more.
TCU Athletics goes beyond the field and court. It fuels Fort Worth's economy. Game days bring a flood of fans and fresh eyes to our city, boosting local businesses, creating jobs, and cultivating community spirit. TCU Athletics supports over 2,000 jobs and brings over $400 million to our state each year. It's more than a game. It's a driving force for economic growth. Support the Horned Frogs and witness the power of purple. TCU. Lead on with impact.
Hit the horn.
25, Richardson goes left, 30, still on his feet at midfield. Here goes JP. John Paul to the 40. John Paul to the 30. John Paul to the 20. John Paul to the 10. How about this? Hit the horn.
The Horned Frogs Sports Network from Learfield.
Eric breaks a tackle to the 40, on his feet to the 30, down to the 20. McAllister 10, touchdown TCU. 59-yard touchdown pass.
It's football time in Texas. The award-winning play-by-play from the Horned Frogs Sports Network from Learfield is brought to you by Toyota, proud sponsor of TCU Athletics. Give them hell in style in a new 2025 Tundra. Visit your local Toyota dealer today. La Pulga, the official tequila of the Horned Frogs. Enjoy responsibly. 40% alcohol by volume. La Pulga Company, LLC, Fort Worth, Texas. And by Texas Department of Transportation. Don't mess with Texas.
TCU! TCU!
Give them hell, TCU.
Kickoff is moments away. Now, for award-winning play-by-play, here are Elvis Gallegos, Marshall Newhouse, and the voice of the Frogs, Brian Estridge.
Live from A&G Carter Stadium, we come to you tonight from America's greatest city, Fort Worth, Texas, for this, the 27th meeting on time between the 1-4 Houston Cougars and your 3-2 TCU Horned Frogs. Starting lineups here shortly. Frogs won the toss, defer to the second half, so Houston will have the football offensively, and already we got a little bit of a wrinkle in this ballgame. When Houston trots out there offensively, we're going to see Zion Chris start at quarterback. A sophomore, he's a transfer from Louisiana. He's out of Baton Rouge. He's only thrown the football 9 times, but Marshall, he can be a threat with his feet running the football.
I think that's what they're trying to go for, is just to have a dynamic quarterback. Donovan Smith is athletic, but his claim to fame is his arm. Zion Chris gives you another element, something else for this TCU defense to think about.
Yeah, and because folks have had success running the football against TCU, mobile quarterbacks have given them trouble. I like the move by Willie Fritz.
Yeah, you have, again, we talked about it pregame. You have nothing to lose. This TCU team gave up 35 points to UCF with a mobile quarterback. I like the idea of rolling him out there. You can still go back to Donovan Smith. They've interchanged them this season already. So the start, it makes a lot of sense.
Horned Frogs are in their home purple pants, purple jerseys with the silver numerals and the chrome hats here. How about this, the chrome dome? Houston, on the other hand, black pants, white jerseys, red numerals, and the white hats for this one. Kevin Mars, our referee, they've got it teed up with a 35. Kyle Limmerman will kick it off for the Horned Frogs from right to left on a beautiful Friday night in America's greatest city. Fort Worth, Texas welcomes you. Makai Muse is back deep to receive this kick from Kyle Limmerman, the freshman. Puts foot to leather, and we're underway. Friday Night Lights in Fort Worth, and this one will sell out of the back of the end zone, and we'll see that Houston offense to start. An offensive line that looks like this. David Ndukwe at left tackle. He's 6'6", 315, a junior out of Atlanta. The left guard is Peyton Dunn. He's 6'6", 325, a junior out of Brandon, Mississippi. Demetrius Hunter starts at center, 6'2", 310, sophomore out of Orange, Texas. Tank Jenkins, a right guard, 6'3", 320, a senior out of Montgomery, Alabama. And Jake Wiley at right tackle, 6'10", 310, senior out of Aurora, Colorado. They average 6'5", 316 across the front. They'll start with Muse going wide to the left-hand side. Wide right's going to come Joseph Manjack. Stacy Sneeds in the backfield. Stands to the left of the quarterback, Zion Chris. In the shotgun, they're going to give it right up the middle and taking it across the 30 here to the 31-yard line. On first down goes Stacy Sneed, that junior running back out of Arlington. Lamarian James on the tackle for the Horned Frogs.
Opening run with a puller. They're already establishing the quarterback's going to be a threat tonight.
Same formation here. Muse wide left, wide right comes Manjack. Tight end to the right of this formation is Malik Carr. Out of the shotgun works Zion Chris. Snap back, play action, fires left, catches made by Muse for the first down. Gets it across the 35 to the 38-yard line. Just the 4th completion of the year for Zion Chris. He's 4 of 10 on the season, add 8 to his 33 coming in. He's thrown for 41 yards and already an injured Cougar. And this is Demetrius Hunter, and this would be a huge loss. The center for Houston has been, I hate to say the lone, but he's been one of the bright spots along the offensive line for this group. Just a sophomore, played at West Orange Stark High School. And he's down here at the 24-yard line. Training crew out there, Andrew Crane and his staff from Houston. Gives us a chance to set the defense for the Horned Frogs across the front. Nada Osafa Mensah one end, Cooper McDonald at the other. The tackles are Caleb Fox, and we think Marcus Deal will get much of that playing time tonight at nose tackle. The linebackers are Johnny Hodges along with Nambi Obi-Izor. Good to have Nambi out there. He was injured in that game last week. It was questionable as to whether or not he was going to go, but he is. Your safeties, Jamel Johnson, who'll be the communicator, along with Bud Clark and Abe Kamara. Your corners are Travis Broughton and Lamarian James here for the Horned Frogs. Sitting up now is Demetrius Hunter. And we're going to take the timeout. Yeah, official timeout on the field. They'll continue to work on Demetrius. Timeout on the field, 14:21 to play, opening quarter. No score between TCU and Houston. Back we come after this local word on the Horned Frogs Sports Network from Learfield.
At TCU, our students mean business. With more than 36,000 internship hours logged every year, Horned Frogs are gaining real-world experience and making their marks in the professional world. Is your business looking for driven, talented interns? Hire a Horned Frog and bring that dedication and skill to your team. Visit tcu.edu/hireafrog to find out how you can tap into this incredible pool of talent. TCU, lead on with impact.
The term fight is the TCU soccer mantra. Fight is a mentality. It's an unwavering approach to not only soccer, but life. Frog fans, we need you in the fight for TCU soccer at Garvey Rosenthal Soccer Stadium. Join us for heavyweight matchups with the likes of Alabama, Texas Tech, and BYU. Get ready for an unforgettable season and join the fight with the Horned Frogs this fall. For tickets and more information, visit gofrogs.com.
14:21 to play in the opening quarter. No score between TCU and Houston. Demetrius Hunter was the injured Cougar starting center. Looked like he might have gotten a finger to the eye there during that contact. He's able to walk off under his own power. Doctors continue to take a look at Demetrius. So we think Sam Seacrest will come in his stead.
I'll tell you what, I've had that happen twice in my NFL career. It's no fun. I came back both times, but both times after the game I had to go to the hospital. You fear scratch cornea, swelling, all kind of stuff.
Well, the Horned Frogs now defensively. We'll see Houston with a first down and 10 at the 38-yard line. And the Frog defense seeing a heavy dose of run game already from the Cougars. By the way, on this offensive line for Houston, Dakota White gets a start at left tackle in place of David Ndukwe. And I say that because we're trying to keep an eye on how they're going to shuffle the offensive line now with Demetrius Hunter out. Derek Joyner, the backup left guard, is not here. And Hingano Hautau has yet to play. He's listed in the 2D. It looks as if they've moved Peyton Dunn. Is that right? 66 over to center. So Dunn shifts from left guard to center at this point for Houston. First down and 10. Rashawn Sanford in the backfield. Stands for the quarterback here, Zion Chris. First down and 10. Frogs in those silver helmets, by the way. First time since 1997. The Horned Frogs have worn a silver helmet. Two receivers to the right. Standing to the right now is the quarterback here. Zion Chris with that back on his hip. Sanford. Snap comes back. Quick hitter. Right-hand side. Catch is made by Stephon Johnson. He'll turn it upfield across midfield and finally punched out of bounds in TCU territory. This one's going to go down to the 43-yard line. Travis Broughton on the tackle. That's a gain of 19. That's a good-looking play. That's 3 plays, 2 quick hitters from the passing game to get Zion Chris a little rhythm right now. The Cougars are moving. Checking along the sidelines after this play with Elvis. First down at 10 now. 2 receivers to the left. One to the right-hand side. Rashawn Sanford in the backfield stands to the left of the quarterback, Chris. This time, snap comes back. Chris looks, sets, fires. Catch is made again. This time along the left-hand side, it is Johnson. Johnson bottled up. Bud Clark there for the Horned Frogs. Short gain on that one. Defended a little better that time, Elvis, on the opposite side.
Yeah, that's right, Brian. It's about alignment and assignment. You don't want to give up big plays. You got to stay. Somebody's got to stay outside. I think Abe Kamara jumped inside. JT also jumps inside. There's nobody at the edge. That's why you got the big play out of Houston.
Manchak was out blocking. Bud Clark did a nice job fighting off the block of Joseph Manchak, the junior out of Tomball, split wide to the right-hand side. DJ Butler now in at running back. This time they're going to hand it off. Running to his right, turning it upfield, 40. Down to the 38 goes Makai Muse. Muse had come in motion. Is that Muse? Yep, Muse had come in motion for a gain of 4 there. Now you're facing third down and 6. And this is where Houston has struggled. Just 26% on third down. That's 5th worst in the country of the Cougars.
Another physical stop there by Bud Clark. Yeah, these third downs, this is where Zion Chris's feet come into play here.
Rashawn Sanford back in at running back. 4 wides, 2 to either side now. Manchak goes wide to the right-hand side. Jaden York is in the slot to that side. Muse in the slot left. Stephon Johnson wide left. Snap comes back. They're going to hand it right up the middle and not getting there. He gets to the 37-yard line to Sanford. And this might be 4-down territory for Coach Willie Fritz. His kicking game might be the worst in the country. And he's got 2 listed, Jack Martin and Joseph Kim, but neither one of them have been very good this year.
Even without that kick game, that was a run call where he's already thinking, hey, this is an extra down for us. Let's get into a better manageable 4th down conversion position.
4th and 3 at the 36 now. Wide right comes Devin Williams. Rashawn Sanford in the backfield. Stands to the left of the quarterback, Chris. Snap comes back. Chris to throw it. Slings it. Knocked away. What a job there defensively to slap it away for the Horned Frogs was Lamarian James. And Elvis, that's a quarterback playing with confidence right there. You know, you think about it, Marshall, the way he defended that. I mean, that looked like a guy who knew what he was doing.
He was in his hip pocket the whole time. I think the quarterback had one read there. If he had one-on-one, he was taking that comeback route. Lamarian James all over him, passed the ball away, a nice pass breakup to get the turnover on downs.
Horned Frog offense trots out there now for the first time after a nice stand defensively. Here's TCU with the football now. We'll see Josh Hoover at quarterback. How about the confidence displayed by Lamarian James? We'll talk about that after this play. Jeremy Payne starts at running back. Stands to the right of the quarterback, Hoover, to throw the football. Pressure comes, screen over the middle. Catch is made. Richardson trying to get to the edge. JP breaks a tackle. Turns it up across the 45 to the 46-yard line. Maybe even further than that. They're still walking to the 49. That's a 13-yard gain on first down. Michael Batten finally brought him out of bounds.
We love that. Get the ball in these guys' hands who've been producing. JP Richardson being one. Nice little tunnel screen there in the middle of the field. Makes the guy miss and gets the first down. That's a great start.
Bless Harris at left tackle. Colton Derry at left guard. James Brockemeyer at center. Carson Bruno at right guard. And Taylor Whitfield starting at right tackle. They average 6'4", 311, protecting Josh Hoover, who's got one back in. It's Jeremy Payne to his left to throw the football. Josh underneath. Catch Payne across midfield. Slides up across the 45 to the 44-yard line. Latrell McCutcheon on the tackle that time for the Cougars. Back to the play defensively. Elvis by Lamarian James. Lamarian looked very confident knocking that one away.
That position requires confidence. I even like what I saw to JT that first series, but James is playing at a high level right now because of confidence.
2nd and 4. Here's Hoover handing it off to Payne. Looking right-hand side. Nice job in pursuit here by the Cougars. He may lose a yard here. Back to the 46-yard line. Jamal Morris on the tackle. Getting the start, Jeremy Payne, the freshman out of Missouri City. Played at Hightower High School. Wideouts, of course, J.P. Richardson, Jack Besh, Savion Williams. We'll see a few others here tonight. Right now, the tight end, Drake Dabney, is split to the slot left, joining Williams to that side. Besh and Richardson go wide right. Payne stays in at running back, snap back, Hoover out of the shotgun, looks, dumps over the middle, catch is made. Is it enough for a first down? It's not. To the 43, Payne makes the grab, and now the Frogs are going to work quickly here on 4th down and 2. Long one here. Under center goes Hoover. This is a long one. Snap comes back. He's going to need a big push, and I'm not so sure. Let's see. Houston's done a nice job. I think this was longer than the Frogs thought. Now, did they get a timeout prior? Let's see. I think the Frogs, nope, they say it's Houston's football.
Wow.
I thought the Frogs wanted a timeout. That was a case, Marshall, where I think it was longer than 4th and 1. Sunny Dykes is looking across the field. I'm not so sure that the down marker was in the right spot.
A long conversion, but also just kind of that tush-push we see in the NFL. And that thing is hard when you don't have a surge from the center and the 2 guards. Looked like Josh Hoover got stood up right away. They blew the play quickly and no forward momentum. Looks like a turnover on downs. That's a tough out for TCU.
Timeout on the field here. 9:41 to go. Frogs don't convert on 4th and 1.5. Still no score between TCU and Houston. Back we come here. Hammond Carter Stadium in Fort Worth after this timeout. And a word from our Moritz Auto Dealerships.
Moritz Chevrolet invites you to experience the difference you'll find when you shop our family of dealerships. We've dedicated over 50 years of service to the DFW community. If you are a customer, thank you. We appreciate your business. If you're not, all we ask is that you give us the chance to earn your business and keep your business. Moritz Chevrolet, big on hospitality, low on prices. Conveniently located in West Fort Worth, or visit MoritzChevrolet.com. Together, let's drive.
Your taxes are unique, just like you. That's why you need a Liberty Tax expert that gets you and your taxes. We provide fast services and low prices so you understand how contributing to a 401k, paying for student loans, and using apps like Venmo can affect your taxes. Visit libertytax.com to book an appointment or get directions. Liberty Tax, your trusted tax experts for life. Every tax situation is unique, and you should seek the assistance of a professional before taking action. See website for details and eligibility.
Congratulations to J.A. Jackson Construction, Inc. for being recognized as the Amegy Bank Small Business Spotlight winner for today's game. J.A. Jackson is a general contractor specializing in retail, office, and industrial construction. Clients value the relationship built with them and recognize the commitment to quality, budget, and schedule. Shine the light on your favorite small business today at gofrogs.com/Amegy Bank. Official rules apply. Amegy Bank, for your family, for your business. A division of Zions Bank Corporation, N.A., member FDIC.
9:41 to play here in this first quarter. No score between TCU and Houston. By the way, listen in. The TCU Mariachi Band is playing here on the field in honor of Hispanic Heritage Month.
Sounds great in the stadium.
It does. Been a fun atmosphere here this last week leading up to this. As a matter of fact, we'll listen in on our Spanish brothers who are broadcasting as well. This guy sounds good. Listen to this. Fun night here at Amon Carter Stadium. Not much to celebrate just yet, though, for the Horned Frogs as TCU and Houston. No score early on. Frogs turn it over on a 4th and a yard and a half or so. Unable to convert. Now Houston sets up in good field position.
You called it. It felt like a longer yard than they anticipated for that kind of play. If it's a yard and a half, 2 yards, I'd rather you run something normal in your offense and not do that quick QB sneak.
So 1st and 10 now for the Cougars, their second offensive set. We'll start for the 42-yard line here. DJ Butler in at running back now for the Cougs. Stands to the right of the quarterback. Zion Chris, who stays out there. 2 receivers to the right. Wide right goes Manjack to throw it underneath. It is caught. Catch by Malik Carr. The tight end turns it up across the 40-yard line into TCU territory down to the 34 of the Horned Frogs. Big target at 6'6", 265, a senior out of Michigan. Obi Izor finally brings him down, but that's a gain of 23 that time.
Another play, another condensed formation, and a quick throw for Zion to get him on the edge. And again, another first-down conversion for this Frog defense.
Elvis, that was a tough job defensively there for the Horned Frogs. Ends up being a 23-yard gain.
Well, Kamara comes on the blitz, and nobody picks up number 3 wide receiver. I don't know if it was Jace Oliver or one of the linebackers, but you got to communicate. The other 2 guys are in coverage. Shouldn't have a guy wide open like that.
Rashawn Sanford stands to the left now, the quarterback here. Zion Chris. They've got 3 first downs, all of them through the air. Pressure comes late. Chris sees it, finds the open spot, takes off and runs. Ball popped out at the end. Frogs scramble for it. It's down at about the 30-yard line. And let's see. And now they're going to say it's second down. It's going to be Cougars football. But that was a missed opportunity there for this TCU defense. They were able to punch it free, but unable to grab it.
We talked about, once we saw that Zion Chris was starting, he's going to use his legs a little loose with the ball security there, but those are timely turnover opportunities that you got to come up with for your TCU.
All right, now it's 2nd and 5. Now they're going to take a look at it and see. I thought they were quick to say second down there, Elvis. You had maybe a better angle on it than we did because they called it second down quickly as if he was down.
Right, yeah. I mean, it's going to be tough, obviously, because they called it down. But
the ball's clearly out.
I was going to say, just the reaction of the defense, that tells you a lot. It was an immediate just get after the football, fall on it. I think it was Jace Oliver, if I'm not mistaken, fellas, which keep an eye on that. Jamel Johnson, these last 2 series, you see more of Oliver than Jamel in there. A very good play if that is a fumble for the Frog defense.
Yeah, that was Oliver who was there along with Obi Izor on the hit. The question, the ball is clearly out before he's down. The question is who recovers it at the end, because there was a tie-up for that, because it almost ended up back into the hands of the quarterback, and I believe it may have. I think Chris may have recovered his own fumble as they let the replay extend here. This review, by the way, brought to us by our friends at Barbasol. as the extended conversation takes place with it. Kevin Marr is our referee here tonight. Taking a look at this one, and he's gotten the official word from the replay official up top.
On the field is confirmed the fumble was recovered by the offense. It's second down.
Yeah, that is what we thought. That was Zion Chris picking up his fumble. That replay official, by the way, is the sheriff, D. Anderson. All right, now the Cougars facing second down and 5 at the 30-yard line. Jamarian Burnett is in at running back. Freshman out of Alabama stands to the left of the quarterback, Zion Chris here. Ball in the middle of the field. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left-hand side. Manjack goes wide left. Snap back, handed off to the freshman. Will sprint forward to about the 26-yard line. Give him 4 on that carry. Abe Kamara on the tackle for the Horned Frogs.
You know, there's a stat called yards after contact, and it feels like consistently offenses against TCU defense are getting their running backs into the line of scrimmage and beyond without ever getting touched first.
That's second level, right?
Second level.
Stacy Sneed stands to the right of the quarterback. This time, Zion Chris out of the shotgun. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left-hand side. 3rd down and 1. Snap back, handed off Sneed. Sneed, ooh, hit hard. Ball popped out. Frogs fly in. They're going to rule it down. Kamara delivered a big lick, I think. Here, yeah, that was Abe Kamara who was there, and Elvis, I mean, he stopped him in his tracks.
Gosh, fellas, this kid packs a punch. I know we've talked a lot about his ability to tackle. He's not a big guy, but he reminds me of a guy I played with, Marvin White. What a great hit, great cause the fumble, but the offense, from what I saw here, recovered his own fumble.
On 3rd and 1, or 3rd and less than 2 this year. Prior to this play, the Frog opponents were a perfect 11 of 11 prior to this one, because the Frogs were able to hold them on 3rd down and short there.
Oh, no.
4th down now, and now the review comes in.
Are they going to try to do targeting?
You think that's what they're taking a look at?
That's what it feels like. That hit was just too hard. He was shot out of a cannon. It felt like a form tackle.
Didn't you across the front?
Yes, we did. And, you know, Coach Williamson, he taught us that. He's like, y'all work together. As the offensive line goes, you go. And, you know, I actually played 4 years with Marshall. He was at New England with me.
That's right. You got the 1 year in the NFL. I forgot about that. Rashawn Sanford is in at running back right now with the quarterback here, Zion Chris. Out of the shotgun this time, bring a man in motion. Chris is going to keep it himself, bottled up, and he'll lose a yard or 2. Nice job there defensively. Back to the 39. I learned last night, Marshall, and I got to make sure I get this right. Marcus, was it 8 of your first 9 years in the NFL, or was it 9 of your first 10?
8 of my first 9.
8 of his first 9 years in the NFL, he played in the AFC Championship game. Think about that run.
Listen, winning is a habit. I like to think we're part of something forming that here at TCU, and he carried that with him to England. Was a huge part of those teams.
You didn't know there wasn't anything other than the AFC Championship game, right?
Oh, no, we were scared not to make it there.
Here's the quarterback press. Pressured for the backside this time, and the Frogs are going to get there. Ball popped out, and TCU get it. Let's see. Now it looks like Houston has come up with the loose ball. Cooper McDonald was able to apply the pressure that time on the quarterback, Zion Chris. That'll go for a loss of 6 in the play. And now it's 3rd down and long, and I feel like we're starting to see the defense crank it up a little bit, Marshall.
Listen, that tackle was something that you forget about by Lamarian James on a pass play, but he suplexed the guy. You can tell his attitude is building up after giving up that touchdown. We need some kind of spark. 3rd
down now, 3rd and 18 here, under 10 minutes to play in this second quarter. Houston leads at 14-0. Cam Smith is in at safety right now. Senior out of Whiteville, North Carolina, transfer from Memphis. We've been waiting on this day. Snap back. Crest rolls to his left. Pressure right up the middle. Fires it out. There's coverage there for the Frogs. Incomplete. And TCU's defense has held. Stephon Johnson was the intended target. Frogs had him covered up with Austin Jordan. That breaks a string of 8 straight completions for Zion Crest. But give credit to that defensive front applying the pressure on the quarterback that time.
That was the best full possession by any phase of the football tonight from start to end. You get them off the field. Now I hope your offense can pick up where you left off.
Now back to return this one is J.P. Richardson. He took one to the house, 89 yards last week. Leon Daughtery will punt it away now. The lefty sends this one into the night sky in Fort Worth. Richardson underneath it on the fair catch at the 29-yard line. 38-yard effort, 4.3 on the hang time. Marcus, you got a minute? Can you hang around after the break?
Yes, I can.
Good deal. Marcus Cannon, latest Hall of Famer for the Horned Frogs, former New England Patriot, amongst others, is in the booth with us. We're continuing our visit with him. Horned Frogs are down 14-0. 9:32 to play here in the second. Back we come after this timeout. A word from Barbasol.
Get your game face on and get ready for the thrill of TCU football. Join us at A&G Carter Stadium for an action-packed season. Feel the roar of the crowd and experience the excitement of every touchdown as you witness the electric atmosphere that only TCU football can deliver. Whether you're a die-hard fan or new to the Horned Frogs Nation, every game brings unforgettable memories. Grab your tickets today at gofrogs.com and be part of the action as we bleed purple together. TCU football, the Carter awaits.
There are those who see the world through a different lens, who take risks, who are willing to make a stand. Because trails, they aren't blazed by the timid, but by the bold. For 150 years, TCU has been creating the next generation of leaders. To think audaciously, care compassionately, lead heroically. And now, it's our turn, our time to lead on.
.932 to play here in this second quarter. Horned Frogs should feel like things are urgent right now as Houston leads at 14-0 over TCU. Marshall Newhouse is alongside. Marcus Cannon's in the booth with us. Elvis Gallegos is all on the sidelines. Marshall, I should probably ask you, what was it like knowing this guy was alongside? You guys were running buddies, as he mentioned, for those 3 years here at TCU. Had great success. What was it like having Marcus alongside of him?
Well, listen, we came in as pups, man. We were still kids figuring things out, and I just knew one thing. I knew he had a lot of greatness in him, and I want to do my part. On top of just me figuring myself out, is make sure that he squeezed all of that out of himself. The rest was on him, and I was just proud to be a part of that. We got to win a lot of games together as the bookends for TCU. Our buddy Andy Dalton, still playing the league right now. I'm proud of those days because of what we did behind the scenes to build this thing up.
Do you remember, you lose the Fiesta Bowl, and I remember how painful that was. I remember you especially after that one, Marshall. You challenged this guy, though, to get it done the next year, and they did in the Rose Bowl.
Yeah, listen, I don't know if that was the thing that got them over the edge in that Rose Bowl, was feeling the pain of that loss. But that being my last game, I had to make sure, just in words alone, that they at least were reminded of what that felt like. And I think that fueled that entire season, and they went out and did it. And they went out and did it when no one else thought they could.
Marcus, that had to be a difference maker. I mean, knowing what you went through in 2010 and then the opportunity in 2011.
Yeah.
Well, I think we may have lost grab his headset if you don't mind. We're going to put him on Brian Sperry's headset so he can visit with us. You know, one of the things that happened was you lose the game in 2010 of that Fiesta Bowl. You got the Rose Bowl in 2011. But that had to play a role, Marcus, in just being, you wanted to come back and sort of take that bad taste out of your mouth.
Oh, yes. We had to do something to get that bad taste out of our mouth. We had to work really hard. But, you know, like Marshall was saying, those guys, they came to us and were like, hey, y'all got one more year. Y'all do what y'all can, and y'all go win that.
Trent Battle is in at running back right now. Here on first down, they're going to toss it on the sweep. Running right with it is Jordan Bailey, and he'll lose a few. Back to the 21-yard line. They'll spot him down at about the 22. Horned Frogs going backwards here, near 6 on the loss. They are going to mark it back at the 21. So now it's second down here, 2nd and 18. That's a loss of 8 on the play. Hoover stays in at quarterback. Battle stands to his left. 2 receivers left. One to the right-hand side now for Hoover. Going to check the play at the sideline with Kendall Brown. Frogs got to get something going offensively. 2 turnovers by Josh Hoover in this first half have been critical. Houston's made them pay. 14-0 Cougars lead it. Hoover with it. Looks, sets, fires, catches made. Up near the 32-yard line, and now they're going to say it's incomplete, slapped away from Jack Besh. All right, what was it like playing for Andy? Talk to me about what kind of leader he was in that huddle for you.
Man, Andy was a tremendous leader. From the day that we got in there in 2006, Andy, he was a great leader from when we were young until he made sure everybody was doing the things they needed to do. They were staying out of trouble. And, you know, we were having fun, but you know, there was a line.
Yes.
Andy made sure that we didn't cross that line. You know, guys like Marshall and other older guys, they kept everybody together. You know, we needed those mature guys, you know.
He got it done. 3rd down and long. Hoover sees the blitz coming, has to throw this one away, and the Frogs will be forced to punt here. 3rd down and 18. They throw it away. That's Keith Cooper again applying pressure on the Frog quarterback, Marshall.
Well, that's a screen. That's just a slow screen and running back. Well, defensive tackle Carlos Allen does a really good job of reading it, sniffing it out, and just getting in his way. It makes Josh Hoover, we call it dead in the ball, but basically throwing an incomplete pass just to get off the field because that play is no more.
All right, 4th down now. 4th and 18. Out to punt it away. Here comes Ethan Krall now for the Horned Frogs, the lefty. Kicks this one high but short. This one's bad. Into the Houston bench. It will bounce. And so the Horned Frogs are going to give great field position. Got a Houston coach trying to spot it for the official. Let's see how well he did. Now, he was trying to get a little extra 4 out of it. They're going to spot it at the 48-yard line, just a 31-yard punt. 3.2 on the hang time. Marcus, I know you got other responsibilities. I want to thank you for coming by here. We just wanted an opportunity to say congratulations.
Oh, yes. Thanks for having me. This is awesome.
Yeah. Marshall, you got one other thing you need to say to him?
Well, no, it's along those lines. Listen, man, I'm here sitting with Marcus Cannon. Again, we came in as young kids here, and I'm so proud of not only the football player he was, but the man he's become. He's a husband and father. It's just incredible to watch him kind of grow and become the man he is today. So congratulations.
We're all proud of you, Marcus. Thank you, man. Congratulations. Thanks for coming by. That's Marcus Cannon out of Odessa. Hall of Famer for the Horned Frogs. 1st down and 10 now. Houston's got the football. This time Chris is going to hand it off right up the middle, and he'll take it up to the 46-yard line with DJ Butler. And it'll bring up 2nd down now.
After that shank punt, you can hear a feather fall on the blanket right now. It's tough sledding right here.
Yes, 2nd down now. 2nd and 5. 8:13 left. Here in this 2nd quarter, the Horned Frogs are down 14-0. And the Cougars with the football at the 47-yard line of the Horned Frogs. Chris, the quarterback. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right-hand side. Zion Chris, snap comes back. Chris rips it out of the belly of the running back. We'll get to the edge with a nice block there. 30, 25, and finally caught from behind here by Johnny Hodges. But that was a great read, Elvis, by the quarterback, Zion Chris. He saw that if he could get 1 block on the edge, he had daylight. He counted on his teammate to make it happen.
Yeah, he is locked in right now. It's almost like the game is slowing down. He's seeing everything really well. Great read. You see he's not making any mistakes when it's time to throw the ball. Kid that's just really locked in. That's bad news for this defense.
A couple of substitutions right now for this Horned Frog defense at defensive end. That's the 10th first down for the Cougars. 1st down to 10 right now. 4 wides, 2 to either side. Play clock's at 5. Chris, the quarterback. Sneed stands to his left. Snap comes back with 1 on the play clock. Pitch it to Sneed. Option wide side, running room 20. Takes on a defender and will bounce forward here to the 15. That's going to be enough for a 1st down. That's a 12-yard gain. Bud Clark makes the tackle, but a great job running the option to the wide side that time by the Cougars.
That was a false little zone read that they then turned into a speed option. You get guys, we call it leverage. You get outmanned on that side. All the quarterback has to do is pitch the ball, and that's a 1st down right there. Again, they're just converting over and over again, simplifying things as we talked about pregame.
1st down and 10 now at the 15-yard line of the Horned Frogs. Stacy Sneed stands to the right of the quarterback here. Zion Chris. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left-hand side. McDonald showing pressure from the edge. Knocked down to the line of scrimmage this time. Horned Frogs are able to get there, get a paw up on it. That was Max Carroll coming in from linebacker. It'll bring up 2nd down and 10. Elvis, what do you see? I mean, you got to help me here on this defense. What are you seeing out of this group right now?
Well, I don't think we're winning the point of attack. I don't think we're doing a good job up front. That last speed option, I think even Chris was surprised. He was expecting Ncaaf Safa-Mensah to be there, and he was shocked. He got so sucked inside, there's room to run. But right now, running lanes are everywhere. Big play there by Max Carroll, but it just feels like we're trying to keep up with the tempo that they're setting.
How can that be? This offensive line for Houston had been so bad coming into this ball game. 2nd and 10 now at the 15-yard line. Snap comes back. This time Chris is going to keep it. Bounces right, comes back left up the middle. The Frogs do a nice job there to hold him down for just a short gain to about the 12 and a half. Cam Smith up to make the tackle. All right, let's get into the scouting report on Cam Smith here shortly. Smith is a guy out of Whiteville, North Carolina, we mentioned. Played at Memphis. Got a lot of snaps under his belt. Frogs have been waiting on him to get out there. 3rd down now. Rashawn Sanford back into running back. 3rd down and 8 at the 13-yard line of the Frogs. Houston leads at 14-0, trying to add to it. They blitz up the middle, does TCU. Lane clears out, Frogs wrap him up. Nice job there defensively from Obi Izor to get him down. That's a loss of 3 on the play, and will go as a sack for Namby. 4th and long, and Houston's got to settle for 3 now.
Listen, the defense had been driven on, but they respond right there. Again, Zion Chris is a 1 at most 2-read quarterback right now. If you can shut those things down and prevent them from scrambling, you can get your defense off the field.
Jack Martin is out now for this one. 34-yard effort for Jack Martin. They have struggled in the field goal category this year, just 2 of 5 on the year. This one high enough, long enough, and it's good. Martin able to make that one. Senior out of Dothan, Alabama, puts Houston up 17-0. Frogs were down this exact number to SMU earlier in the year. And they come back tonight. A lot of football left. 4:55 to play in the second. Timeout of the field. 17-0. Houston leads it here on TCU. Back we come after this word from D&M Leeson.
Your morning shave with Barbasol is a time for self-reflection. Look in that mirror and ask yourself, can I make a real difference in this world? Of course you can. Just not today. There's football on. Barbasol. It's a can of can-do.
If you can plan barbecues and weddings, you can plan to protect yourself from a natural disaster. Sign up for local alerts, prepare an emergency kit, and make a family communications plan. Get started at ready.gov/plan.
Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
The same things that help your favorite team win are also the same things that can help your family business win. Things like hard work, dedication, and knowing how to make a big play. It's how teams win and how businesses succeed. And to secure your success, adding a committed, dedicated team member like Amity Bank. Because when you do that, there's no way you can lose. We're here, we're available, and we're ready to go to work. Amity Bank, we put the family in business banking. Amity Bank, a division of Zions Band Corporation, N.A., member FDIC.
The Toyota Tundra's powerful, available iForce V6 engine means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. To your cousins, the Tundra means as they jump off the boat onto the sandbar. To your co-pilots, the Tundra means an extra comfortable journey. And to you, the Tundra means whoa. Toyota is a proud sponsor of TCU Athletics. Give them hell in style in a 2025 Tundra, built to take you wherever the road leads. Find yours today. Toyota, let's go places. See packages and options at toyota.com for feature availability.
.455 to play here in this second quarter. Houston leads it on TCU 17-0. By the way, those 17 points, the first 17 points of the year in Big 12 play for the Cougars. They've been held scoreless against both Cincinnati and Iowa State, their previous Big 12 opponents. Elvis, we've spent a lot of time talking about the Frog defense and their struggles. But I think we can't overlook what's happening offensively right now. The Frogs have 45 total yards of offense in this ball game. Josh Hoover started 5 of 5 for 41 yards. Since then, he's gone 1 for 6 for -8 and 2 picks. He's got 7 turnovers in the last 10 quarters. Tell me what's going on.
Yeah, I wish I had an answer because you're right. I mean, 2 interceptions, a turnover on downs. It's almost like you probably got to get back to the basics and simplify things. You got to get Hoover comfortable and going. Obviously, the first two interceptions in this first half, but it's hard because we talked about, number one, Houston being a running team, and they get ahead of you, they're going to eat some clock. But that defensive front is good. It's going to stop the run. So now you're in a little bit of trouble. What you got to do? But to me, it's simplify, get Hoover going, find ways to kind of slow things down. If you get a score here, you're right back in it because Houston's not a team that's going to run away with it.
4:55 to play here in the second. Cougars set to kick it off. After a 7-play scoring drive that took 36 yards, 3:34 off the clock, they get the field goal to make it 17-0. Bailey underneath it at the 6, they'll let him return it. 10, 15, 20, spins out of a tackle to the 24-yard line. Don't hesitate when you make that first contact. Keep running. Jordan Bailey. First and 10 now, the 24.
I'm looking for a sense of urgency. The thing that I have not seen today, and getting down to KU early last week, was a sense of urgency about this offense and how they execute. It starts with the quarterback, it starts with the play calls, but there's an attitude that comes with that I just have not seen, and it's bewildering. I don't know another word for it.
Last 2 drives for the Horned Frogs have gone backwards 5 and backwards 8. That's the wrong way. TCU with it. Josh Hoover's got Cam Cook standing to his left. Richardson goes wide left with Savion. Wide right comes Jack Besh. Frogs with the football. Snap back. Hoover looks left, batted away. I like the idea of getting into Savion Williams. I didn't like the way that looked, though.
I don't know what to call that right there. He almost threw it right into the streaking the streaking path of the defender on what was supposed to be a quick screen, basically.
2nd and 10 now. 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Wide right comes Besh. Hoover out of the gun, hands it off Cook. Cam makes one man miss in a second. Takes it upfield to the 30, 35, 40, 42-yard line. Nice run by Cam Cook. He's going to go for 19. That'll be his longest run of the year. Kendra Gant on the tackle that time, but the Frogs get a little bit of a positive there from Cam Cook on the ground. Frogs just 5 first downs now. Throw it underneath to J.P. Richardson. Block on the edge. Turns it upfield to the 45. Midfield. Still on his feet. 45. John Paul inside the 40 and down to the 33-yard line. He does not go down. 1st and 10 for the Horned Frogs now. To the 33. That's a gain of 21. Move the chains.
Between those last 2 plays, Cam Cook and J.B. Richardson with urgency. You can see it in their mannerisms. And now this offense is up and moving.
Dabney, the tight end, stands to the right of the quarterback. To the left is J.P. Richardson. Now Dabney leaves. Now Richardson leaves to the slots on either side. Cook slides up to the left of the quarterback here. Wide outside the side. Going to hand it off to Cam. Running to his right. Cam's going to lead it here for a couple of yards near the 31-yard line of the Cougars. 3:40 to play here in this second quarter. 17-0 Houston leading it at Amon G. Carter Stadium here on a Friday night. Second down and really 9, I guess. Only gave him 1. 2 receivers right. They're stacked. That's Besh and Richardson. Snap comes back, handed off left. Cook gets a block on the edge. Cam spins for a first down. He'll take it down near the 20-yard line. They'll spot him at the 21. Savion with a nice block on the edge that time. Elvis, it's got to take everybody here, man.
Well, and you got to love it because he hasn't been involved in the game and he's still playing hard. Big, much-needed block there, Savion. Great job on number 3.
6 carries, 50 yards for Cam Cook. Gets it again here on the 7th. Bounces out right. Not much there. Line of scrimmage, and that's all. 2nd and 10 upcoming. 2:49 to go in the half. Frogs desperately needing a score here going into the locker room at halftime. And like Elvis mentioned, Marshall, I'll tell you, you're able to punch it in here. You're back in this ball game.
Listen, there's no reason to panic, but you've been playing so poorly that you've got to have something to put together multiple good plays in a row. They haven't even done that until this drive, but now you really need points. You can't risk getting down another score.
Dominic Johnson stands to the right of quarterback here. Now Hoover to throw it on play action. He's looking the way of Savion in the end zone. And Savion goes up. Savion comes down, hit the horn, touchdown TCU. 21 yards out. Latrell McCutcheon was in coverage, but he's so physical as a wide receiver. He's going to rip it from you, and he does there. Savion with a score of the Frogs on the board at 17-6 now, Houston.
Again, getting the ball in your playmaker's hands. Savion all season has shown he's a matchup nightmare, a big, strong pass catcher. You love to see that. Josh trusting his guy to go up and get it in a one-on-one matchup.
Elvis, I love the fact that Savion leans into the defender. There's contact. Ball gets there, and he separates.
Yeah, and even you saw the corner trying to complain about a push-off there. But, guys, it may just be his night. I mean, that's the beauty about the depth of this wide receiver group is a lot of talk about Jack. We've seen JP have his moments. Frogs may need number 3 to have a big night tonight.
Yeah, Kyle Lemmerman out for the point after now. To hold it will be Easton Black. Brent Madison, one of the captains, will snap it to trim this lead down to 10 with 2:18 to play in the half. Limmerman's kick is no good. We're going to take a look at this on replay before we go to break because I want to see what happened here on the extra point. Snap is good. Hold is down. He just yanked it left. Looked like my 3-iron. My word. 2:18 to go, 17-6. You know, we asked Sunny Dykes this week, hey, any concern about Lemmerman? You know, last week they had him squib it a couple of times, he had a miss, and he said, no, he might be a little bit tired, but he did say that there was talk last week about going to Nate McCashlin on the kickoff, and they're not hesitant to do that.
Hey,
so
I don't want to hear the freshman and tired in the same sentence ever again.
Yeah.
That's a kicker, no less. I don't want to hear it.
All right, 2:18 to play here in this first half. It's now 17-6. That was a 7-play, 77-yard drive. Took 2:31 off the clock. Savion Williams with a touchdown pass from Josh Hoover. Frogs finally on the board. 17-6. When you think about it, this game is kind of the opposite of what we thought it would be. We thought the Frogs would be able to throw the football on Houston. Houston's actually thrown it for 121 yards on TCU. We thought the offensive line for TCU would be dominant. Houston's has been that way. We thought the kicking game would be advantage TCU. It hasn't been. Now the kickoff here. Angled left. I'll let this one roll out of the back of the end zone. And with the football come the Cougars now with 2:18 to go. Frogs have 2 timeouts remaining. Houston has all 3. Houston has started at the 25-yard line one other time tonight. That was on their opening drive. Since then, though, they've had better field position on every drive to start.
And we talked about how Houston has really made a living nightmare for a lot of opposing offenses this year. That's no different. What they have tonight is their own functioning offense.
Right.
An offense that's taking up clock, converting first downs. That's a dangerous combination if you're TCU, especially when it feels like you're kind of sleepwalking into this game.
Jamarian Burnett in the backfield now. Stands to the right of the quarterback. Zion Chris, who takes the snap. Chris this time is going to hand it off, and Burnett is pushing the pile forward here. Still on his feet. Finally gets him down at about the 28-yard line. Gain of 3, maybe 4. Frost Bank is a proud supporter of TCU Athletics. From accounts to advice, get exactly what you need with the unexpected level of care you deserve. Frost, exactly what you unexpected. 2 minutes left here in this first half. Timeout on the field. We're going to take it with them. 17-6 right now. Houston leads it on TCU. Back after this local word on the Horned Frog Sports Network from Learfield.
Every year, the auto industry improves the safety and technology features in new vehicles. It's a great thing, but it does come with higher prices. And if you and your family are in the market for a new vehicle with the latest safety features, technology, and fuel economy, and that new vehicle price seems unrealistic, leasing with D&M is your answer. D&M Leasing can save you up to 50% on your monthly payments. They offer leasing options that fit your lifestyle. It's a smart business decision to consider leasing. Make that smart decision today. Call D&M Leasing today at any area code in 35 Lease. D&M Leasing. It's just that simple.
We make leasing easy at D&M.
Home ownership. At Progressive, we know it's part of the American dream. It's winds blowing across a fruited plain, and also your new fire pit, which subsequently sets your gazebo ablaze. It's hard-hitting football, and an even harder-hitting price estimate from your general contractor. That's a star-spangled bummer. It's also around-the-clock protection when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, which can help keep the American dream of home ownership alive and kicking. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Life's too short to live in Dallas. That's the motto at Railhead. It's on the walls and the staff shirts. Railhead Smokehouse offers a spectacular menu of heaping plates of ribs, sliced beef, fries, and cheddar peppers. With weekday specials and their world-famous ice-cold schooners of beer and margaritas. From the barbecue landmark at 2900 Montgomery, just off I-30. Remember, the best barbecue in Fort Worth is at Railhead Smokehouse, home of the Sunny Dykes radio show Mondays at 6 p.m.
Hey.
$17-6 right now. Houston leading it here on TCU. 2 minutes left in this first half. Stations, let's pause. 10 seconds for station identification here on the Horned Frog Sports Network from Learfield. Down by 11. Houston with the football now. We wind ourselves down here in this first half. Brian Estridge along with Marshall Newhouse. Elvis Gallegos is on the sidelines here at A.M.G. Carter Stadium. Our statistician is Brian Sperry. Spotter is Wayne Gossard. Producer engineer is Kyle Cross for this one. Stay with us coming up at the half. Frostbank halftime report. Dave Shook standing by in the Marin Studios. We'll have scores from some of the bigger high school games going on in the state of Texas tonight. A little tribute to Friday Night Lights. You'll have the scoring from this ball game. Numbers which lean the way of Houston, of course. And Elvis Gallegos with his live locker room report. We'll see what adjustments Sunny Dykes and his crew will make here at halftime. And they'll need to be some, trailing by 11 right now.
This is a 2-minute drill situation that you wouldn't think would lean to Zion Chris's strengths. So TCU, with 2 timeouts remaining, had a chance to get this ball back and go get some more points before half.
Rashawn Sanford in at running back now. 2nd down and 7. 4 wides, 2 to either side. With 2 minutes left in the half, got to get a couple of stops here. You're going to get the football back with some time to work with. Remember, the Frogs have 2 timeouts still. Out of the shotgun works Chris. 1 back standing to the right. Chris takes a snap, delay. Will keep it himself, and they're not going to stop him here. Across midfield, on the run to the 40, on the run to the 30, down to the 20, down to the 10. Touchdown, 71 yards for the Houston Cougars, right up the middle with the quarterback, Zion Chris.
Just a simple quarterback lead draw. Listen, if you're a defensive lineman, you're yelling, watch the draw with this guy. This is not a guy who's going to carve you up. It's despite what the stat says tonight on a 2-minute drill execution. So that's just bad awareness. This is a guy whose legs add to his value, and to give up a 70-yard touchdown in this situation, inexcusable.
Jack Martin for the point after now. To hold it, Jake Sock. Garza will snap it back. The hold is down, the kick is up, and it is good. 1:49 to play in this half. Houston now up 24-6. That was a 2-play, 75-yard drive that took 29 seconds. Zion Chris from 71 yards out on the sprint. And now Houston with 261 yards of total offense to 121 for the Horned Frogs. And Elvis, I did not see this coming.
No, not at all. Me neither. I mean, I'm just thinking of some of the keys to the game. I mentioned winning first down was important. Try to get these guys off the schedule. They hadn't done that. You've seen plays of 20 plus, 12 yards, 8 yards, some 5-6 yards on first down, and then explosive big plays. You want to make this team march the field and not do that right there. So the 2 out of the 3 keys that I'd mentioned for the game, the Frogs have not executed on in this first half.
If you're Andy Avalos, you're just completely beside yourself, or at least I would be. That's a quarterback draw in a 2-minute drill with a quarterback who is a mobile quarterback first. He is not an air raid quarterback who's going to carve you up. I just don't, it's inexcusable. I don't understand that.
He did a pretty good job of kind of setting up the block. He hesitated, waited to try to figure out, okay, where was my lane? And it was as if the Frogs kind of overran the play a little bit with that hesitation.
And that's you said it right there, overrun. They're not in their rushing lanes versus a mobile quarterback, and that is a discipline issue. Because you tell your defensive linemen, hey, keep this guy bottled up. All he can beat us with really are his legs. And you call it two-gapping almost. You give yourself a two-way go. You keep him bottled up in the pocket. Instead, you have a 71-yard touchdown, and now you're fighting for your life.
Elvis, that's been a struggle for him all year, right?
A rule of thumb on defense, don't go till you know. Safeties and linebackers have to have the eyes in the backfield. You can't move till you see what's coming at you.
Here's Cam Cook with a handoff. He'll lose 4 on first down. 2nd down and 13, maybe 14, yeah. Anthony Holmes on the tackle. Minute 34 to play in the half. Clock runs. This time, Hoover's going to throw it left to Jack Besh. Besh is there to able to make the grab. This one will go for 10 yards, get him up to the 30-yard line, give you a 3rd down now and 4. Coming into this ballgame, TCU was averaging just 3.6 negative plays per game, which was 20th best in the country. Low snap, Hoover's able to grab it, throws it incomplete. Threw it behind Dabney. Horned Frogs go 0 for 4 now on 3rd down, forced to punt it away. Houston's going to get it with a minute to go. Houston, on the other hand, came in averaging 8.2 negative plays a game. It's been flipped here. Again, that's another stat that you look at coming into this ballgame you did not expect to see.
Yeah, Willie Fritz making that change of quarterbacks looking very prescient right now. He's giving them a chance to win, knowing their defense is keeping them in these games.
Cougars have 3 timeouts in their pocket, 57 seconds to play here before the half. And here's the punt. High punt. Much better this time for Ethan Crawl. Underneath it is Makai Hughes, able to make the fair catch there after the 45-yard effort. 4.9 on the hang time. Much better job there for Ethan Crawl. Now at the 24-yard line. Houston with the football with 3 timeouts remaining. Leading TCU 24-6. Sunny Dykes walked into the defensive huddle there.
I don't want to say it, but giving up a score here is almost backbreaking. The way this defense for U of H keeps the game slow, the way this offense chews up clock, you can't let them score here again.
Frogs get the football to start the second half. Lamarian Burnett in the backfield now, the quarterback. Snap comes back. This time Chris hands it off to Barnett. They'll get him down. No gain on that play. Let's see if Sunny Dykes takes the timeout. He might be ready to just go to the locker room and talk about it, and I think he is.
I think you're right on that one, Brian.
By the way, what subtle change here, Elvis? I don't know if you know, Johnny Hodges is now the communicator for the Frog defense, not Jamel Johnson.
Well, and we talked about what I had seen in this first half is Jamel had struggled to tackle. He's not getting his fits. That's why we saw Jace Oliver. I actually like things that I'm seeing in Cam Smith. So maybe because they're rotating that weak safety position so much, you hand it over to Johnny Hodges.
So Hodges will be the communicator. He's got the green dot on the helmet. Houston taking their time. They're not going to have to run another play, or will they? I think it should be a 1 second difference. The flag comes out. There should be 1 second left on the clock.
Delay of game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Second down. By rule, that delay of game caused the clock to stop. That requires a 10-second runoff.
Yep. So, in other words, it's the end of the half. Thank you. All right, Elvis Gallegos is going to visit with the head coach of the Horned Frogs. Sunny Dykes here shortly.
Here on the first half.
Well, bad first half. Right. Obviously, we got to get a bunch of stuff fixed and get back at it. We turned the ball over, got stopped on 4th down. We just can't get in any kind of sync offensively, but we'll get it figured out.
Thanks, Coach.
That's Sunny Dykes with Elvis Gallegos, brought to you by the Spire friends at D&M Leasing. Rough first half, 24-6, as he said right there. Houston leads it here on the TCU Horned Frogs. Halftime show starts next after this timeout. And a word from Cadillac.
At TCU, we're investing in potential. On average, 80% of Horned Frogs receive financial aid that helps fuel their dreams and futures. You can help by supporting student scholarships. Your generosity plants the seeds of opportunity, allowing students to grow into tomorrow's leaders and innovators. Visit tcu.edu/give to contribute. Large or small, your gift matters. TCU, lead on with impact.
Looking for top talent? TCU is a magnet for the nation's brightest minds. After graduation, half of our students choose to stay and work right here in the Lone Star State, bringing their skills and passion to local businesses. Our graduates are making an impact, and they're ready to make a difference in your organization. Ready to connect with the best? Visit tcu.edu/hireafrog to learn more about how TCU talent can help your business thrive. TCU, lead on with impact.
Fire at a Fort Worth daycare and Frost Bankers entertained 26 kids with snacks and games until their parents could pick them up. That actually happened. Frost, exactly what you unexpected.
This is Patrick Batteau, quarterback of your Sun Bowl champion Horned Frogs, and you are listening to the Horned Frogs Sports Network from Learfield.
Visit Waco and the Texas Sports Hall of Fame, home to the heroes and legends of Texas sports. With over 350 inductees, there is something for every sports fan. Learn more by visiting the Tom Landry Theater, the Texas Tennis Hall of Fame, the Texas High School Football Hall of Fame, and the Southwest Conference Hall of Fame. Come experience the stories and history as rich and captivating as the state itself. For more info, go to tshof.org.
We've got your perfect pregame hangout covered. Head over to Frog Alley on Stadium Drive, right in front of Amon G. Carter Stadium, before every Horned Frogs football game. Enjoy a cold brew at the TCU Beer Garden. Savor delicious bites from our fantastic vendors. Or let the kids have a blast in the kids' zone. Plus, you can groove to some live music as well. Frog Alley opens 3 hours before kickoff, so get there early and soak up the game day excitement at TCU. For more info on Frog Alley, visit gofrogs.com.
It's a numbers game, and Dave Shook has them all with our halftime stats.
Rough first half for the Frogs, who trail at 24-6 as we welcome you back here to the Frostbank Halftime Report on the Horned Frogs Sports Network. Here inside the Marit Studios, let's take a look at the first half numbers. Houston doubling up the Frogs in the first half in total yardage, 261 to 127. That includes 121 in the air for first-time starter Zeon Chris, who completed 11 of 14 passes for 121 yards and a score. Compared that to Josh Hoover, just 9 of 16 for 88 yards. Did have the touchdown throw to Savion Williams, but also 2 interceptions. Now 7 turnovers for Hoover in the last 10 quarters this season after a really good start to the year for him. Cougars also getting it done on the ground, 140 total yards on the ground, 6.7 yards per carry compared to just 39 for the Frogs, 3.5 yards per carry in that first half. Frogs also an almost impossible 0 for 4 on third down and then 0 for 1 on fourth down on that opening drive. Houston not a whole lot better, 2 for 6, but they're hitting on some big plays, so been able to put points up without having to be overly efficient on third down. Also just 1 penalty in the game, but it was a big one, that targeting penalty on Abe Kamara on third down on the opening drive for the Cougars. They got him ejected and set Houston up for the opening score of the ball game. And then, of course, the 2 turnovers leading to 7 points. But you can also throw in that turnover on downs on the opening drive of the game for the Frogs that led to the opening touchdown. So it's almost like 3 turnovers leading to 14 points for Houston in the ball game. And then Houston dominating time of possession as well. Nearly 20 minutes of possession in that first half, 19:55 to just over 10 minutes for TCU. Individually for the Frogs, Cam Cook on the ground leading the way, 8 carries for 46 yards, and J.P. Richardson, a nice job building on his special teams player of the week honor this week for the Big 12, 3 catches for 45 yards, and then Bud Clark leading the way defensively with 6 tackles in that opening half. And then we mentioned Zeon Chris, 121 yards in the air, 91 on the ground, and 2 scores as Houston leads at 24-6. So that's a look at the first half stats from here inside the Marit Studios. We'll take a timeout, and when we come back, we'll go around the country a little bit with some Texas high school football scores here on the Coors Light Scoreboard. That's coming up after this from Coors Light.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End of friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you're planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
What's the difference between filing taxes online and filing with Liberty Tax? Our knowledgeable experts take the time to get to know you and your unique situation because there are thousands of possible deductions you could qualify for. The more you can claim, the larger your refund could be. Upgrade to a trusted tax expert. Visit LibertyTax.com to read our reviews. Liberty Tax, your trusted tax experts for life. Every tax situation is unique, and you should seek the assistance of a professional before taking action. See website for details and eligibility.
Moritz Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram invites you to shop our incredible inventory of Jeeps. And we've got a lot to choose from. Whether you're looking for a tricked-out Jeep Gladiator or you're ready to take on the road in a new 2024 Jeep Grand Cherokee, Moritz is here to help make the process as easy as possible. With over 50 years of service to the DFW community, experience has made us better. Moritz Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. Big on hospitality, low on prices. Conveniently located in West Fort Worth or visit us online at MoritzChryslerJeep.com.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by Texas Christian University. Any use of this presentation is prohibited without the express consent of Texas Christian University and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by Texas Christian University.
The Toyota Tundra's powerful, available iForce V6 engine means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. To your cousins, the Tundra means as they jump off the boat onto the sandbar. To your co-pilots, the Tundra means an extra comfortable journey. And to you, the Tundra means whoa. Toyota is a proud sponsor of TCU Athletics. Give them hell in style in a 2025 Tundra, built to take you wherever the road leads. Find yours today. Toyota, let's go places. See packages and options at toyota.com for feature availability.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you're planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Who better to care for TCU fans than other TCU fans? As a proud sponsor of TCU Athletics, Texas Health is here to help every fan be their healthiest self. From advanced orthopedics to heart and vascular services, we care for you through it all. And from our ever-expanding hospital and urgent care locations to our video visits and at-home care options, getting the care you need is more convenient than ever. Learn more at texashealth.org/TCU. Go Frogs!
This is Tank Carter, and you are listening to TCU football on the Horned Frog Sports Network from Lairfield. Go Frogs!
Imagine blowing the frog horn, or getting exclusive pregame Moncrief Field access, or touring the press box, plus snapping photos with the Spirit members. Well, these are all part of the TCU game day experiences. To grab these premier opportunities, download the Riff Ram app or head to gofrogs.com/experiences. Remember, they go on sale every Monday of game week. Don't get that FOMO feeling. Be right in the middle of game day and bleed purple.
In 2020, gun violence became the leading cause of death among teens, according to the CDC. The 1 Second Collaborative, a community-wide effort managed by United Way of Tarrant County, is working to interrupt and prevent youth gun violence. To learn more and get involved, visit unitedwaytarrant.org/OSC. A 1 second decision can be the difference between life and death.
Second half kickoff is minutes away. But first, a preview of the halftime adjustments made by Coach Sunny Dykes and staff with our exclusive locker room report. Elvis is back in the building.
Yeah, guys, just as you would probably expect, Coach Dykes addressing his team right from the get-go, having a big sense of urgency that seemed to be kind of the tone that they were setting, especially because the Frogs get the ball coming out of the half here on offense. Obviously, it was protect the football. Seems like they were just going over their plan. They like what they had. They just haven't been able to execute it. On the defensive side of the football, Coach Avalos spent a lot of time with this defense. Talked about getting off blocks, especially on the perimeter. They haven't done a good job of doing that. Tackling was also emphasized, as well as fits. They haven't been trusting themselves in the fits, and that's how they got into trouble. Keep an eye also when they feel like Houston is really running the ball on second and longs. Obviously, that's when the big quarterback draw happened. So that's a little bit about the changes, adjustments that they made, and they talked through for the halftime locker room report.
Elvis, when you think about some of the things you talked about as keys coming into this game, how this team take care of? They didn't take care of business in the first half, right?
No, not at all. I mean, again, you look at what happened last week against Iowa State on first down. Iowa State won first down. They got these guys behind schedule, and all of a sudden they kind of were the ones that were pressing. That hasn't been the case. They've won first down. They've had big plays on first down. And then obviously, I think Houston threw some wrinkles at them. I think Coach Avalos even talked about, the quarterback draw was something they weren't expecting or talking about, but you got to play football, right? So, yeah, explosive plays, not winning first downs, a little bit about just the keys that I had that they haven't done well today.
All right, Marshall, from your perspective, what do you change here going into this locker room, or going into this second half, I should say, out of the locker room?
To me, it matters less about what you run and about how you run it. I really hate that A. Kamara got kicked out of this game for targeting, because that was an incredible hit. You see the energy it brought, and it established the tone that I think this team is missing. I want to see some of that out of the offensive line. I want to see that with Cam Cook and Payne and the way they finish runs. I want to see that Jack Besh, Savion, and JP continuing to do that. I want to see these pass rushers get home on this quarterback. I want to see these corners lock these receivers down, because they're not running complex schemes. It is how you do it, not what.
Elvis, you were talking about first down. Houston on first down, 7 of 8 throwing the football, 72 yards.
Wow.
They're averaging 6.4 yards per first down play.
Yeah, that's winning football right there for Houston.
Cougars to kick it off here to start the second half. Frogs will have the football, trailing 24-6. Jack Martin to kick it from left to right. Jordan Bailey back deep for the Horned Frogs. 44,000 here tonight on a Friday night. High end over end kick, short. Bailey underneath it at the 6 in the corner. Return back to the left, to the 10, to the 15, up to the 20, and near the 25-yard line goes Jordan Bailey. That's where the Frog offense will have it. Tough first half for Josh Hoover. 9 of 16, 88 yards, a touchdown, and 2 interceptions in that half. Cam Cook was a bright spot. 8 carries for 46 yards in that first half.
Yeah, you can see he's running motivated. Maybe that comes from the benching or what you ever want to call it. But he's running with intention, and I like that. I just wish he was more contagious to the rest of the team.
The Horned Frogs started Jeremy Payne at running back in this ball game. Cook is out there now on first down and 10 for the quarterback, Josh Hoover. He's got 4 wides, 2 to either side here to start this second half. First down and 10 from the 25-yard line. Hoover in the pocket, looks, fires, got a man. It's Richardson, goes up, brings it down. The catch at the 35-yard line should be close to a first down. And I think it is, enough. A gain of 10. Hershey McLaurin on the tackle that time for the Cougars.
Houston sends a boundary corner blitz right there, and Josh Hoover sticks in there. Running back picks it up. Completion.
Snap back Hoover this time. Looks quickly. Fires it out. Richardson left. JP breaks a tackle on his feet across the 40 and up near the 43-yard line. Goes Richardson. That's going to be 8 on that reception. Michael Batten, who was questionable heading into this ball game, one of the linebackers, senior out of Houston, transfer from Louisiana Monroe, makes that tackle. Frogs with 107 passing yards in this game. 64 belong to JP Richardson. Late substitution right now for the Cougars as the Frogs did the same.
This is what they call parking the bus.
Yep. Brandon Mack takes his time. Play clock still at 10 for the Frogs. Hoover takes a snap to throw the football, whips it right. Catch is made by Besh. Besh with first down yardage on his feet at the 49, 50. Penalty marker comes in. Maybe adding on to this one as Jack Besh is going to get it to the 47-yard line of the Cougs. It's a gain of 9. Nice yards after the catch for Jack Besh, who's been quiet in this ball game. Just his 3rd catch of the night for 30 yards.
Personal foul, face mask, offense number 18, 15-yard penalty, repeat second down.
So a face mask charged on Jack Besh. Yeah, let's keep an eye on Jack Besh. He came off favoring, I think it's his left shoulder that may be bothering him. And how many times do you see that on a guy who doesn't go down on initial contact?
Yeah, he's fighting for yards there, and I appreciate the toughness. Just misplaced his hand on the stiff arm. It gets the piece of the DB's face mask, and it ruins a first down conversion.
So Besh along the sideline. Training staff taking a look at him. We'll get an update from Elvis here shortly. Second down and 11 right now for TCU at the 34-yard line. 13:38 to play here in this third quarter. Houston leading at 24-6. It's the opening possession of the second half. Hoover's got Cam Cook standing to his right. 2 receivers left, one on the right-hand side. Hoover with time in the pocket, sets, fires, finds a man. Catch is made up near midfield. That's Blake Nowell into the lineup. The senior out of Ardmore gets a first down on his 4th catch of the year. That goes for 15 yards, and Nowell stays out there wide right now. Nowell's in for Besh. Richardson's wide left. Savion slot left. Hoover sees the pressure. Deep ball, middle of the field. Savion's trying to run under it, can't get there. Threw it where only Savion could get it if anyone could. But just a little too much on it that time from Josh Hoover. And now it's 2nd and 10.
That was a double move. Josh Hoover pumps, gets a little pressure, has to relocate his feet, and I think that's where you see the errant throw there. I think he had Savion there if he puts him in the right spot.
Had started this second half 4 of 4 until that incompletion there had Josh Hoover. 2nd and 10. 3 receivers to the left, one to the right-hand side. Hoover this time going to hand it off. Dominic Johnson. Johnson's going to take it across midfield to about the 48-yard line. 3rd and long upcoming now for TCU. 3rd down and 7 with 12:48 to play in this ballgame. The Horned Frogs trailing at 24-6 here in the third quarter, I should say. 12:41 left in the third. Frogs with a huddle here. Talk about this play. Now they break out of it. Eric McAllister in for the first time here in this game. Frogs just 13 of 38 when they need 6 or more. They need 7 this time. Hoover slides in the pocket. Pressure comes. He's going to go down. Sacked. Back at the 40-yard line. Dominic Johnson, the running back, didn't have a chance that time, picking up the pressure from Michael Batten, the linebacker. He ran right over Dominic Johnson. Batten slings him down. It's a loss of 8. It's 4th down. The Frogs are forced to punt it away.
Dominic Johnson can't get moved there, protected for Josh Hoover at running back. Those are the reasons you don't get snaps as a running back,
right,
when they can't trust that you'll pick up blitzers like that.
Yeah, wasn't a great effort there, was it?
I wouldn't say so.
Yeah, 4th and 15 right now. The Frogs have punted away again. 3rd time tonight for Ethan Krall. This one high, turns over for him, hits at the 2 and into the end zone. And the touchback. Houston will have good field position. 56-yard effort, 4.9 on the hang time. Cougars with the football now. It'll be their first series of this second half. All right, 24-6. Frogs unable to convert. Keep that drive alive. The opening drive of the second half, and try to claw back into this one. Now your defense got to come up with some stops here in the second half, something they struggled to do in the first. Mainly because of the play of the quarterback, Zion Kress. Kress was a bit of a surprise, to say the least, in that first half. 11 of 14, 121 yards and a touchdown throwing the football. DJ Butler's in the backfield with him, the youngster. Butler. This time Chris is going to keep it himself, turn it upfield, and will grab a couple here to the 22-yard line. You know, one thing we haven't talked about is Chris's size. Yeah, we saw him sprint for 71 yards and a touchdown, but this guy's 6'3", about 190 pounds. Maybe more than that, 210, I think is what they list him at. Sophomore out of Baton Rouge. I mean, it's a big specimen back there.
Listen, he's got size, and that plays into all these missed tackles on top of his quickness. TCU is not being able to handle his weight and his size, bringing him down.
2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left-hand side. Manjack goes wide left. 1 back in the backfield. It remains Butler this time. Chris will give it to Butler. Not much doing there. Wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. All right, 3rd down. A little better look here defensively on the first 2 plays.
I think Houston is completely content running the ball, keeping the clock running. Here we are already almost 10 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. TCU hasn't shown you they can do anything on offense consistently. They haven't shown you they can shut you down on defense consistently. Even with a punt here, you're just killing time. They showed us with the substitution. They're in no hurry.
Caleb Fox on that last tackle. 3rd down now. 3rd and 8. Stacey Sneed. On 3rd downs in this ballgame, they're 2 of 6 this time. They're going to throw it out right to Mancheck. And Mancheck's going to be down to the 25-yard line. It'll be 4th and 5. After the pickup of 3, Osafa Mensah on the tackle. That should be a punt, and it will. Houston forced to punt it away. All right, let's check it along the sideline right now. Get an update on Jack Besh, I do believe, for Baylor, Scott, and White. And here's Elvis Gallegos.
Yeah, guys, it seems good news for the Frogs. He's up and moving around. He spent some time with Dave Gable, never went into the tent. I think he was just hurting that shoulder, just like Marshall called it, but he's up, he's got his helmet. Looks like he'll be back in.
Liam Daugherty to punt it away. 2nd punt of the night. His first one for 38. This one high, spiraling punt. Richardson underneath it with a fair catch at the 36-yard line, and that's where the Frogs will have the football after a 39-yard effort. 5.2 on the hang time. Liam Daugherty. Big leg there from the awesome timeout on the field. 9:39 to play in this 3rd quarter. Frogs are down 24-6 here to Houston. Back we come after this timeout, and a word from SeatGeek.
Hey, Horned Frog fans! The 2024 football season is here, and SeatGeek is here to help you experience all the action. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the touchdown celebrations this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to TCU football games or to any other live event in your area, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of the TCU Horned Frogs. The most disruptive idea in ticketing? A ticket that works. Expect the expected. SeatGeek.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End of friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you're planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
This great call in TCU history is presented by T-Mobile. December 31st, 2022. In the college football semifinal versus the Michigan Wolverines. D. Winters intercepts J.J. McCarthy and returns it for a touchdown for TCU's second pick six of the game.
Four receivers, looks, fires, it's picked off. D. Winters grabs it at the 20, at the 15, to the 10. Touchdown! 27-yard pick six for D. Winters, the second of the game.
Head to T-Mobile.com and get a great deal on iPhone 16 Pro.
Tonight's game sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Looking for a career path with flexibility and great pay and benefits? Go to progressive.com/careers and apply online today. Horned Frogs down 24-6 with 9:39 to play here in this third quarter. They'll trot that offense back out there. Pretty good stop defensively there for TCU. Now, Elvis, I mean, this is not what you can't come back in one lump sum. We know that. When you're trailing 24-6, you're down by 18. You just got to get stops where you can. Now you got to make something happen offensively. Frogs have shown some flashes. Hadn't been able to put a drive together really though.
Yeah, no, that's right. I think that there's just the Frogs are seeing things, no doubt, that they weren't expecting. I mean, I think Marshall's touched on this too. We've seen a lot of corner blitz, so I'm trying to spend as much time over here on how they're seeing that, how they're going to continue to protect it. Because you're seeing Josh hasn't had a clean pocket. It's just been a messy pocket, a lot of pressure. That's obviously affected him. Another thing too, I just noticed, fellas, is he came off the bench of that last series, was talking about the communication helmet. They had to switch it out before he went back out there. So maybe that's affected him too, just a little bit off. See, all the way across the board for the Frogs though.
All right, now the Frog offense out there. First down and 10 at the 36-yard line. Trailing 24-6 in the third quarter. Hoover will have Cam Cook in the backfield to his left. J.P. Richardson to his right. Besh is back out there wide right. Wide left comes Savion Williams. Now out of the backfield goes Cook to throw the football. Hoover rolls to his right. Looking downfield. He's got three receivers flooding that part of the world. It's incomplete. Threw it underneath. Looking for Cam Cook. Great job there by Houston. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 defenders on that side of the field for three receivers, Marshall.
Elvis, you can speak to this, but all they're doing is sitting back in too high zone. They get to it somehow. They're going to make TCU throw the ball 10 times down the field, convert long drives, first downs, and see if they can do it, which they haven't shown they can do all night.
Now, that cover two is all they're running, but they're just winning the line of scrimmage.
Out front, they'll hand it off this time to Cook. Cook's got a seam across the 40, bounces left across the 45, and up near the 9-yard line. Yeah, that's enough for a first down. Gain of 13. A.J. Halsey on the tackle. By the way, Halsey, good-looking safety for these Houston Cougars. Had a couple of picks in the first half. The junior out of Houston.
Speaking of cover two, that's how you beat them. That's how you get them out of cover two. We call it cover two because there's two high safeties that have half the field. They're usually 10 to 15 yards off the ball. You've got to run in between the tackles and make them come up and play the run, which plays into Houston's favor being ahead, but it's what you have to do to then open up the rest of the pass.
Sure, got to be patient offensively, right? You can't abandon it. First down and 10 right now. At the 49-yard line, snap comes back. Hoover this time, play action, looks over the middle, fired it out, catches dropped, and then a lick is delivered on Jack Besh by A.J. Halsey.
I'm impressed by Halsey. He's been everywhere tonight.
Good.
He's intimidating. He's watching Josh Hoover's eyes. You can tell that the receivers know where he is at all times, and he's delivering hits just like that one on incomplete pass.
3 straight incompletions now for Hoover. He started this game 4 of 4 in the second half, much like the first when he went 5 for 5 to open, and then the wheels came off. Here's Hoover going to hand it off this time. Running left with it is Cook, trying to get to the shallow side of the field. He gets to about the 46-yard line. And it'll bring up third down now. Third down and 5. Elvis, I want to go back to the previous play. That was a big hit that Jack Besh took.
Yeah, and they finally got him out of 2. Halsey had to drop down. Hoover read it well, hit his guy. It's just unfortunate that Jack drops the ball, and obviously Halsey is there with a good drop and puts a lick on it.
Yeah, Jack Besh, who never drops footballs, dropped that one there. Wideouts galore here, 5 to be exact. 5 wide, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Trent battles in the backfield now as he returned, but comes out of the wheel route to his left. Hoover can't get it to him. He's got to tuck it under, and Josh is pummeled at about the 43-yard line. Shy of the first down. It's going to bring up 4th and 2. At this point, you might go for it. as Hoover took on a defender. The defender slow getting up. I think that's Carlos Allen.
TCU running a little mesh concept there. Houston's just dropping into coverage and making TCU beat them, and there's nothing open. Josh Hoover tries to scramble, but he's short. This looks like that kind of gray area we're talking about here, where they're going to go for it instead of punting it, especially being down 24-6. But Houston just making TCU earn every single thing tonight.
Frogs are 0 for 6 on third down of this ball game. They've lost 2 yards and thrown a pick on third down.
That's just not winning football.
No. 4th and 2 right now, 5 wides, 3 to the right, 2 to the left-hand side now for the quarterback Hoover. Frogs look like they're going to go for it. Play clock's at 20. Again, they'll go empty set. Hoover taking his time. In motion goes J.P. Richardson from left to right. Snap comes back. Houston brings the heat. Slant catch made by Savion. Did he hang on? He does. First down. Good throw that time from Hoover. Great catch by Savion. Pickup of 6, moves and chains. Keeps the drive alive.
A little motion to quad there with JP. Get Savion on one-on-one. Just a quick slant to convert.
Trent Battle stays out there, standing to the right of Hoover on first down this time. Fake it to Trent, throw it up, and Savion trying to get it, can't get it, but he's held. Pass interference here is going to be whistled on a Johnny Carter. Carter, the corner, the senior, that time bumped Savion early as he went up to go after that football.
15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
As you heard there, the official Kevin Marr, that's the second penalty charge to Houston. And this ball game, the first one was that delay of game at the end of the half. It wasn't really a penalty. I mean, it was, but it wasn't. First and 10 now at the 22-yard line for the Horned Frogs. Flirting with the Sewell red zone right now. 2 receivers to the right. Savion comes wide left. Cam Cook in the backfield now. Hoover checks the play at the sideline. Frogs are down 24-6. Snap back Hoover, hands to Cook. Trying to get it outside to the right. Needed a block on the edge, didn't get it. Makes a man miss, so somehow Cam Cook running a little better in this ball game. Takes it inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. Running with purpose is Cam Cook in this one.
He has really been the lone bright spot on offense tonight. Purpose is a perfect word. He's hitting his holes hard. He's making hard cuts. He's making finishing runs difficult for the defense. Something responded with the way that they started this game.
Hoover this time on second down and 4. Flips it out in the flat left to JP. Makes a man miss. Turns it upfield. Spins out of one tackle. Still on his feet. Down he'll go here. They're getting forward progress. Got lucky there at the 12-yard line and enough for a first down. That'll move the chains. That's a gain of 5. So it's first down here at the 12 for the Frogs with 6 minutes to play in this quarter.
We heard Jack Bash talk pregame about their yak yards for these receivers. J.P. Richardson embodies that,
yes.
Turning into a running back after his catches.
He's lined up behind Eric McAllister this time. In the backfield is Payne at running back. Play clock's at 7. Houston's going to take their time, down to 5. Sonny's got his arms up, down to 3, down to 2, and a timeout forced here by TCU.
First charge timeout, TCU.
Both teams do it.
30-second timeout.
This is the new, they call it meta online.
Yeah.
Meta meaning just an inside ball, the Bill Belichick ways of looking for loopholes in the rule book. And the rule is, on offense, if you substitute, the defense has a chance to substitute. And all you have to do on defense is extend the amount of time your first player runs off and your second player runs on.
Right.
And as long as he's making some kind of effort, the clock has no concern of them. You substituted.
Yep.
TCU has had it done to them and has done it to others and is now having it done to them again.
Yep. Sunny Dykes visiting with the officials there, but that's going to be a lost cause. I mean, I'm not sure if at some point it doesn't get corrected rule-wise. I don't know how that correction comes, but
you'd like to think it has to. It's a bad faith interpretation of the rule. But if your team do use it, until they fix it, it's not your job to fix it.
Right. Yeah, I was going to say, a coach could say, well, I'm not going to do it. Well, he's just at a disadvantage at that point. Everybody else is.
Exactly.
First down at 10 now, the 12-yard line. For the Horned Frogs, they get a first down just inside the 2. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right now. Ball to the near hash. Frogs are working right to left, down 24-6 in the 3rd. Hoover checking the play at the sideline with Kendall Browns, the offensive coordinator. Shifts Dabney now, the tight end, to the left. 3 receivers there, 2 right now. Overload the short side. Play clock's at 2. Hoover waiting on it. 1. Snap comes back. Left alone is the defender. They'll throw it up into the corner of the end zone and hit the hands of the intended target, Williams. And a pass interference comes in here. They're going to whistle this one on Latrell McCutcheon, I do believe. And the Frogs avoided disaster there, I'll be honest with you, because they had a defender unblocked who was racing right at Josh Hoover as he let go of that one. And then that ball hit Savion in the hat. Bounced up in the air. But it may have hit him in the hat because he was pulled down.
Pass interference, defense number 2. Foul occurred in the end zone. Ball will be placed on the 2-yard line. Automatic first down.
They actually call that on A.J. Halsey and not on McCutcheon. Halsey was away from the play. Yeah, it's got to be on McCutcheon. Break for the Frogs now. First to goal to the 2-yard line. 5:31 to go. Here in the third, TCU trying to punch it in here in this third quarter. Besh goes wide to the right-hand side. Savion comes wide left. Jeremy Payne in the backfield. Tight end to the left. Savion in motion. Turn, fake it to him. Hand it off. Payne running right. He'll walk in untouched. Nice blocking up front by this Frog offensive line. Frogs will go for 2 here. They punch that one in to make it 24-12 with 5:27 to go.
Off air, we were talking pregame that I just wish we had some designated under center runs where this offensive line can fire off and we can just hand the ball and go. That is an incredible version of that. You use Savion as a decoy, running the jet motion, and you just run, we call it a gap scheme, a duo on the goal line for 6. TCU is capable of doing things like that.
You run behind Carson Bruno and Ben Taylor Whitfield all on that right side for the score. They spotted at the far right hash. Wide left comes Richardson. Savion joins him there. Cam Cook in the backfield. 2-point conversion right now. Inside give comes to Cam. Nothing. 2-point conversion fails. Brandon Mack with a tackle in the backfield. Frogs hit behind the line of scrimmage. 24-12. Houston leads it here on TCU. 5:27 to play in the third quarter. Back with a couple more third quarter action after this timeout. And a word from T-Mobile.
It's time to review the top 3 highlights of the day. I'm joined as always by my co-anchor Snoop.
Hey, what up, though?
Snoop, number 1 has to be getting the new iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence at T-Mobile.
Yeah, you should hustle down at T-Mobile like a dog chasing a squirrel chasing a nut.
Nice analogy, Snoop. Dogs do love to chase squirrels.
And squirrels love to chase those nuts.
On to highlight number 2. At T-Mobile, families can save 20% every month versus the other big guys.
That is very impressive. You know, y'all can take some of those savings and buy some Snoop merchandise.
That's exactly what I'm planning on doing with my savings, Snoop. Now, take it away, Snoop.
Head to T-Mobile.com and get the new iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence on them. Now drop that jingle.
24-monthly bill credits eligible trade-in on Go5G Next. Well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 connection charge. Cancel entire account before receiving 24 bill credits and credits stop and balance on required finance agreement too. Bill credits end if you pay off device early. See how you can save versus the other big guys at T-Mobile.com/switch. Apple Intelligence coming fall 2024.
A way better massage experience has come to Fort Worth. Squeeze Massage from the creators of Dry Bar recently opened in the Foundry District off West 7th and Carroll. With no contracts and no annoying checkout process, you pay on the app, then tip and review at your leisure. So after your massage, you walk right on out. Each massage includes your choice of deep tissue, heat therapy, percussion therapy, and aromatherapy at no additional charge. Go to squeezemassage.com/Fort Worth and use code TCU Football for $40 off.
Raise a toast to college football with a glass of ultra-premium vodka, gin, bourbon, rye whiskey, or Texas pecan brown sugar bourbon from Blackland Distillery. With an upscale cocktail lounge and tasting room located right in the heart of Fort Worth, be sure to make Blackland part of your game plan this season. Cheers and go Frogs. Frogs faithful. A little something to cheer about now this third quarter. trail 24-12 with 5:27 to go. And Elvis, that was a little more like it offensively, huh?
It was. I like the way that they were using Savion and attacking that. The only thing I just noticed that I don't like, fellas, is Savion came to the sideline and went directly into the tent. So I know Dave Gable went in there with him. Hopefully he's gonna be okay. I didn't see him really, laboring anything going in there, but I like the way that they attacked number 3. I mean, I think he's got the physicality that he can beat his guy, march down the field, and made enough plays. A great TD there by Jeremy Payne.
Today's game brought to you in part by Sewell. Sewell proudly supports the TCU Horned Frogs. Experience Sewell's obsession with customer service at their 2 Fort Worth locations. Sewell Infinity of Fort Worth, Sewell Lexus of Fort Worth. Sewell, obsessed with service since 1911. Scoring drive for the Horned Frogs, 9 plays, 64 yards. Took 4:11 off the clock. Frogs scored from 2 yards out. Kyle Limmerman out to kick it off. And it's 24-12 right now. Houston still with the advantage. Mekhi Muse is back deep for the Cougars. Limmerman's kick will sail out of the end zone. Houston back out there offensively. Defense better here in this second half. A little more aggressive in this second. And you're doing it with some new faces. Austin Jordan out there right now for TCU. Travis Jackson at one defensive end. Zachary Chapman along that defensive front as well. So 2 new faces there. Stacy Snead in the backfield with the quarterback, Zion Chris, who's gone the distance. Got the start here, his first one. 2 receivers right, one on the left-hand side, one on the far hash, first down and 10. Snap comes back, Chris throws in the flat. Snead catches it, turns it upfield. Finally written down by Johnny Hodges at the line of scrimmage. No gain, 2nd and 10 upcoming.
A little jump start, urgency there from the defense in their pursuit. That same play, a little swing route to the right, went for 8 or 9 in the first half. So seems to be they're trying to adjust, at least in their effort at the most.
Houston taking their time now. Check the play at the sideline. Nobody in a hurry here. Play clock's already down to 15.
See what they can do here on 2nd down and 10. Houston with the football at its own 25-yard line, moving left to right. Back to passes Zion Chris. Chris, pressure comes. Zion Chris, he'll be sacked and he'll be brought down back at the 20-yard line. Zion Chris sacked for a 5-yard loss back to the 20. And Cougars going to have to come up with a big play. Obi Izor was one of the first to get to him for TCU, but the pocket just broke down and a lot of pressure came. Cooper McDonald was there. Also Zachary Chapman, freshman from Marshall High School in Missouri City, and there is a Cougar player down as Zion Chris is down, and they are attending to his left ankle or knee, whichever one the case. It's that left leg, maybe something as simple as a cramp. The tough thing here is you're going to have a 3rd down and 15, and you're going to have what was tonight the backup quarterback coming in here. Is Donovan Smith is going to come in at quarterback. So they'll go ahead and give us a media timeout here. 4:29 to play in the 3rd quarter. Cougars trailing TCU. Cougars leading TCU 24-12. This is Houston Cougar football from Learfield.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
No matter where I travel, one thing remains the same. Everybody loves Ford here in the Lone Star State.
The best in Texas isn't just about being the best-selling trucks. It's about you and how Ford trucks help you be at your best every day, offering the technology and capability to handle whatever the day brings. And that's why we say,
Ford is the best in Texas.
Which schools will take home the prestigious Learfield Directors Cup as the top college athletic programs for the 2024-25 college athletic season? You can follow the standings of your favorite team or alma mater at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at thedirectorscup.com. Trophies will be awarded in June 2025 to the winning institutions in all college sports divisions. Learfield Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
4:29 to play in the third quarter. Zion Chris, Cougar quarterback. He is up and walking off the field. Cougars would have to call a timeout for him to stay in the game. And I don't think they're not going to do that. It looked like a cramp. So Donovan Smith is going to come in at quarterback. Donovan has been the starter all season long. Tonight he has been replaced by Zion Chris. The Cougars were in a position where an offense that had not scored in 2 weeks, you had to make a change, and they did. They went with Zion Chris here in this one tonight. Scored 24 points in the first half after not scoring in the last two games, but in danger of going 3 and out for the second straight possession of the second half. So Houston will have Donovan Smith, and Donovan, the 6'5", 240-pound senior from Las Vegas. He transferred, of course, from Texas Tech. He has been the starter in each and every game. Zion Chris had taken more and more snaps as the season had gone on. Tonight, with Willie Fritz thinking, man, we got to get something going. This is an offense that's averaging 10 points per game. It's the lowest scoring offense in the country. And he had to make a change, and they did tonight. Well, it's paid off so far, but like we said so many times in this game tonight, there's a lot of football left to be played. You know, TCU is going to turn some things up and change some things around, and we'll see how this Cougar offense responds. So Donovan comes in at quarterback, and there'll be 3 receivers to the left and 1 to the right. They'll go empty back. They'll make it 4 receivers to the left, including Stacy Sneed, Devin Williams, Steph Johnson, and Jaden York wide to the left. Mekhi Muse is wide to the right. How about this?
Look at Johnny Hodges covering, playing corner.
3rd down and 15 right now from the 20. Donovan will keep it himself, just takes it ahead. Donovan across the 25-yard line, gets out to the 28. Of course, well shy of the first down. He gets some of that back as the Cougars will have to punt on 4th down and 7. So got some back, but not nearly enough as he picked up 8 on the play. It was 3rd and 15, makes it 4th and 7.
I like the look of that. I mean, look, I know it was Donovan, it's a tough situation when you're Donovan there coming in, but spread it out again. Pull your linebacker out of the middle. I'd like to see that play again.
Here's the punt as Doherty gets his foot into it. This is returnable by J.P. Richardson. Richardson hit him immediately and knocked down. Couldn't have been played any better by a Johnny Carter. He and Ralph Garza were down deep. That's a 47-yard punt. No return on the play as Richardson took a chance, and a Johnny Carter was there to knock him down immediately.
Big boot.
Yes, it was.
Needed the big boot.
And they got it right there. So now TCU will have the football at its own 25-yard line. Cougars lead 24-12. We're in the third quarter with 3 minutes and 43 seconds to play here in Fort Worth. Cougars led 24-6 at halftime. TCU scored a touchdown, tried to convert a 2-point conversion, did not. And that is where it stands right now, 24-12. They missed an extra point in the first half. 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. TCU back to pass, caught there by Besh. Besh, ball's loose. Cougars have it. Houston has the football at the 25, make it the 35-yard line as the Cougars get it back. Besh caught it, tried to cut up field, and his ball was knocked loose. And the Cougars, Carlos Allen got on top. It was J.P. Richardson, I beg your pardon. Richardson with the catch. That ball's definitely 100% loose, and Carlos Allen comes up with it for the Cougars, and Houston will have it with a short field at the 25-yard line.
Kevin, just a great job by Hershey McLaurin. Number 15 comes in as the second guy. Not the guy who makes initial contact, but second contact. What does he do? He punches the ball. First thing he does. Genius play. Great job. Great coaching. And that's what it takes to make a big stop.
I said 25. It's the 35-yard line of TCU where the Cougars have it 1st down and 10. Sean Sanford in at running back. They snap it directly to him, hand it off, and running to the near side. It's caught there as he threw it, and it's caught by Jaden York at the 30. That's a pickup of 5 yards. They went with the direct snap to the running back, Rashawn Sanford, who handed it off to Zion Chris running to the near side. Then he threw it to Jaden York, and he picked up 5 yards.
Kind of a little trickeration there. Make you have to think on what's going to happen there. A couple different options they could have gone with.
Yep, Bud Clark made the stop, but it's a pickup of 5 yards, making a pickup officially of 4. 2nd down and 6. The ball is at the TCU 31-yard line. Cougars would love to get points out of this. Their second takeaway, make it third takeaway of the night. Burnett is now in at running back as Zion Chris looks over the defense. They hand it off, jet sweep, Manjack. Manjack couldn't get the first man to miss. A nice play defensively by TCU as they tackle behind the line of scrimmage as Austin Jordan there to make the stop on Joseph Manjack, and Manjack loses a couple of yards. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 8 as the ball's back now at the 33-yard line.
Well, I'll tell you, Manjack breaks that tackle. Watch out. There's lots of green, lots of grass there. You just got to shed that first guy.
Got to come up with a play here. 3rd down and 8. Cougars 2 of 8 on 3rd down tonight. 3rd down and 8 for Houston. The line to make is the 25-yard line of TCU. The ball is set at the TCU 33-yard line. Zion Chris back to pass. Now he'll keep it himself. Running to the left. Zion Chris tries to get outside. Doesn't, has the first down as he steps out of bounds inside the 25-yard line at the 24 for the 3rd time tonight. The Cougars convert on 3rd down. Just 3 of 9 on 3rd down tonight, but a big one there as that continues this Cougar drive.
Kevin, he's a smart quarterback. He sees cover 1, so TCU tries to disguise their coverage a little bit. Some of the guys did a good job. The safety told him at the snap that it was cover 1. That's man coverage. You can run on that. Go.
9-yard gain for the Cougars. 1st down and 10, Houston from the TCU 24-yard line. 90 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. Cougars on top by 12. Zion Chris back to pass, throws, and it is caught down at the 9, making it at the 11-yard line. Once again, it's Jonah Wilson on the grab. Wilson, his 2nd catch of the night, his 6th of the season. Caught it in front of Lamarian James, and that's going to be another good gain for the Cougars. It'll be another Houston 1st down. Make it a pickup of 9 yards, so it's going to be... They're going to say it's a 1st down. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line. So that's what it is. 1st and 10, Houston from the TCU 11-yard line. Cougars trying to take advantage of a takeaway here. As Jamarian Burnett stays in at running back. They hand it to Burnett. Burnett running up the middle, and Burnett down to the 5 inside the 5-yard line, and he's down to the 3-yard line. Jamarian Burnett picking up some big yardage there. Obi Izor made the tackle and saved a touchdown, but the Cougars... They are knocking on the door here as they have the football inside the 5-yard line at the 3.
Just being slow, thoughtful, methodical, just grinding it out. You know, not making crazy decisions, just keeping it within the playbook and doing exactly what the Cougars do best.
This is 2nd down and goal from the 3. 2nd and 3 from the 4. Cougars can get a 1st down, and now Houston moves.
Oh, man.
Cougars move. The left side of that offensive line moves early, and so instead of being 2nd down and 3 from the 4.
Offense number 66. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Backs it up to the 9-yard line as Peyton Dunn moved early. The entire left side basically moved early. I think Ndukwe was over there as well. That's a big call right there. You go from the 3-yard line back out to the 8-yard line. That's a big 5 yards of real estate. That'll be the final play of the 3rd quarter. 3rd quarter that has seen one team score. It's TCU. They put 6 on the board here in the 3rd. So the Cougars, after 3 quarters of play here in Fort Worth, leading TCU 24-12. We'll take a break. The 4th quarter is coming up next. This is Houston Cougar football from Learfield.
Your morning shave with Barbasol is a time for self-reflection. Look in that mirror and ask yourself, can I make a real difference in this world? Of course you can. Just not today. There's football on. Barbasol. It's a can of can-do.
If you can plan barbecues and weddings, you can plan to protect yourself from a natural disaster. Sign up for local alerts, prepare an emergency kit, and make a family communications plan. Get started at ready.gov/plan.
Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Progressive presents Renters MVP's Most Valuable Possessions.
today's MVP, Emily Neal's 70-inch TV. Because after watching her second-grade students yell at each other for hours, there's nothing Emily enjoys more than watching super-rich housewives also yell at each other. Why? Because those women are not her responsibility. And that's why her TV is today's MVP. Keep your most valuable possessions protected by bundling your renters and auto insurance with Progressive.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
The passion, the tradition, the rivalries. SiriusXM is your destination for all things college sports, and we've got you covered. On SiriusXM College Sports Radio, there's complete coverage of every major conference, including live games, plus 24/7 talk and analysis. So cheer along on the SiriusXM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. And now you can get 3 months of SiriusXM free. Subscribe now. See offer details at SiriusXM.com/College Sports Radio 24.
Ready to go here in the fourth quarter of play. When this fourth quarter starts, our score will be Houston 24, TCU 12, as the Cougars have it deep inside TCU territory. It'll be second down and 8 for Houston as they have it at the TCU 9-yard line. But first, before we get to the fourth quarter, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Houston Cougar football from Learfield. Cougars with 299 yards of total offense tonight, 210 for TCU. Cougars have been penalized 4 times for 35 yards. Houston with 14 first downs. TCU with 15. Cougars 3 for 9 on third down. TCU is 0 for 6 tonight on third down. Cougars have run 3 more plays than TCU, and they've averaged 6.5 yards per play. Cougars with time of possession, and this is not always a big deal, but time of possession tonight, Cougars have possessed the football 10 minutes more than TCU. Yeah. And if you want to keep a powerful offense in check, I don't think there's any better way to do that than keep them on the sideline. And that's what the Cougars have been able to do so far in this game. As far as the individuals are concerned, Zion Chris, 15 of 18, 141 yards and a touchdown. Zion Chris, 11 carries, 97 yards in this game, including a 72-yard touchdown run. Jamarian Burnett, second leading rusher, 7 carries for 23 yards. Stacy Sneed, 4 carries tonight for 18 yards as well. Steph Johnson, the leading receiver. Nobody has more than 3 catches in this game tonight. It's amazing. 3 for Johnson, 2 for Carr, 2 for Jonah Wilson, 2 for Manjack, 2 for Sneed, and then Devin Williams, Mekhi Muse, Jaden York, and Jayshon Riggle have all caught passes in this game tonight. So the Cougars and the crowd is into it as we're ready to go here in the fourth quarter. Crowd wanting to hold Houston to a field goal attempt here as Cougars have it second down and 8 from the TCU 9-yard line. Ready to go here in the fourth quarter. Cougars leading TCU 24-12. Cougars threatening here, trying to take advantage of a takeaway. Standing in a shotgun formation is Zion Chris. Chris from the right hash mark, moving to the end zone to our left. Running play up the middle. Hit at the line of scrimmage and back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. And it's going to be third down coming up for the Cougars. A third down and 8 from the 9-yard line as Marcus Deal was there on the tackle of Jamarian Burnett, the running back for the Cougars. So now the Cougars having to go to work here, trying to convert their biggest third down of the night, hoping to turn it into points as they have it third down and 8 from the 9-yard line. Need to get to the 1 for a first down, but would like to get 3 more feet after that and get into that end zone. Third down and 8 from the 9. Cougars from the right hash mark. Chris stands in a shotgun formation. They hand it off up the middle, and he's hit at the line of scrimmage, and he'll lose a yard. My goodness. Yeah. Jamarian Burnett right up the middle, ran right into the defense. And the Cougars unable to convert on third down as they'll bring the field goal unit on from the far sideline as Cooper McDonald was there to make that stop. So now Jack Martin will try to kick his second field goal of the night. This will be a 28-yard attempt to the goalpost to our left. It's from the right hash mark. Kind of a severe angle for Jack Martin. Good snap from center. Ball down, kick is up, and Jack Martin's field goal is up and good. So Cougars extend the lead, but it is still a 2-score game as Houston puts 3 more on the board to make it a 27-12 lead. Cougars turn a turnover into points here in Fort Worth. Well, 27-12, Houston. And Jack Martin, the field goal, it's been a tough go this season, but to their credit, they have been able to get a couple of field goals here tonight.
He's been airtight tonight. Really think the special teams unit has played extremely well tonight. And again, you'd rather have 7 there, but look, you got to have 3. That's how you do it right there.
Let's go down to the field, check in with Jeremy. Jeremy?
I don't know if you guys caught the drone show, but it got the crowd into it. They were able to get the drones to say TCU, Fear the Frog. They did their little frog thing. It's pretty impressive, guys.
It's a little scary, actually. Scary drone show.
8-play, 25-yard drive. Took 5 minutes off the clock. As TCU will get it back with about 13.5 minutes to play in this ballgame. Cougars lead 27-12 here in Fort Worth. Cougar defense looking to come up big here as Jack Martin has the football teed up. Ball falls off the tee, and he'll reset it at the 35-yard line to our right. Jordan Bailey is back deep in a dual safety standing on his own goal line to our left. As his heels in that purple painted end zone, it says Horned Frogs in white here at Amon Carter Stadium. Here's the kickoff as Jack Martin hits this one high, and it's a short kick taken by Jordan Bailey at the 5-yard line, up the right hash mark. Bailey up the middle. Bailey hit at the 25 and forces his way out to the 30-yard line, just shy of the 30, make it the 29 is where he will go down there. That's a 24-yard return. That's where TCU will get it. First down and 10 with a little less than 13.5 minutes to play in this ballgame. Cougars leading 27-12 here in Fort Worth. But a good one tonight for the Cougars. They lead TCU. Cougars looking for that first conference win of the season. So defense comes out onto the field. Josh Hoover, the TCU quarterback, bringing his offensive unit out onto the field. Sophomore from Rockwall Heath High School. As Cam Cook stays in at running back. They swing it out to the near side. Caught there, trying to cut it upfield, and does. Out to the 30-yard line by Jordan Bailey. And Bailey knocked down there by A.J. Halsey. Halsey there to make that stop. Is pick up a 5 yards, making a pick up of 7 yards. It'll be second down and 7 on the quick hitter for TCU. So now they go pistol formations. Cougars with time to substitute, and they will do so at a liberal pace. As the fans reacting to that, it's just smart using the system, right? As Brandon Mack goes in, Zykeia Strong comes in for the Cougars. So it's second down and 3 for TCU with 11 to make it 12:50 to play in this ball game. Cam Cook again at running back. They hand it to Cook over the right side. Cook cuts it back, and he's short of the 40-yard line. So he's going to have enough for the first down as Michael Batten there to make that stop for Houston, but he'll be knocked down there. You can hear it's pretty quiet in here right now. I mean, they're one play away from blowing the top off this place, but right now, Cougars have really been able to keep the crowd out of the game so far.
Well, they certainly have. I mean, I think the Cougar defense has really kind of shut this thing down from sort of the emotion that the Bryles offense likes to generate within the fans. They usually go quick tempo. They're usually trying to get you going so fast that they catch you on a substitution. But with the new substitution rules the way they are, it just doesn't work the same.
It's third down and a yard to go for the first down. They turn and hand it off. Cam Cook up the middle, and Cook has the first down. He is spun down. It's a short gain on the play. It's enough for the first down, though. It's third down and a yard. Cook picks up the first down as we count down to about 11.5 minutes left in the ballgame. Houston leading here in Fort Worth 27-12 as they have the 15-point lead on TCU.
And TCU again tried to go fast, but again Cougars were able to substitute.
Yep.
They have to wait to get the Cougars off the field.
Zykeia Strong comes in, Brandon Mack leaves, and now we're ready to go on first down and 10. Back to pass, looking Hoover. He gets away from it. Hoover wants to run it himself. He cuts it up, and he is knocked down, and here comes the penalty flag.
Man.
Penalty flag comes in, and this is going to be probably a face mask coming up against Houston as Jamal Morris grabbed a hold of Hoover's face mask, and the Horned Frogs are going to catch a break
Personal
here.
foul. Face mask. Defense number 25.
Wow.
15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
So, yeah, that's helping them out here a little too much as clock stops with 11:19 to play. Yeah, Jamal Morris, he was there to make the stop, just had to keep his hand off of the face mask, couldn't do it, so that'll be a 15-yard penalty ticketed against the Cougar defense, and the penalties have really come to bite them here in this second half. Talked about how clean they played in the first half. Jeremy Payne in at running back, handed to Payne. Payne tries to cut up field, and he does at the 44-yard line, where he is knocked down there by Michael Batten, as Batten making the tackle for the Cougars. Well, that's going to be a pickup of just a yard. So it'll be 2nd down and 9 for TCU. 2nd and 9 as the Cougars have it. Make it the TCU Horned Frogs have it at the Cougar 43-yard line. TCU moving left to right. We're in the fourth quarter. Back to pass is Hoover. Pressure comes. Hoover throws, and it's knocked away. Played very nicely by Kentrell Webb as Jordan Bailey was the intended receiver on the out pattern at the 42-yard line. And Kentrell Webb closed in, knocked it away. It'll be 3rd down and 9 coming up for TCU. Absolutely massive down right now for this Cougar defense.
Yeah, big down. Cougars play a little bit of cover 2 man on that last play. Again, nice job. You still have over the top protection, but love the little man on man. You know, hey, if they can't break away, Cougars will bat the ball down.
3rd and 9 from the 43-yard line. They need to get to the 34. Back to pass Hoover again. Hoover throws, and it's incomplete. Intended for Besh. Pressure came for the Cougars right up the middle. And now it'll be 4th down for TCU. They're going to leave their offense on the field as they'll look to convert here on 4th down.
Well, again, TCU just running mesh. And I listen, I've seen Besh make so many plays. In practice, I've seen him do it on the field, and he definitely short-armed that one. When you're going across the middle against this Cougar defense, they hit people, and that makes those receivers think twice about really extending for the ball.
4th down and 9 for TCU from the Houston 43-yard line. Hoover stands in a shotgun formation. Payne is the single setback. 3 wide receivers to the left, 1 set tight to the right. That is Besh. Back to pass again. Looking, Hoover throws, and it is caught for the first down and knocked down immediately, as it was just enough for a TCU first down, and the Horned Frogs pick it up on 4th down and 9. A.J. Halsey made the tackle, but what a catch as TCU's drive continues.
And they run mesh again, and that's just a rub route right in the middle of the formation there. Cougs pass it off.
From the 33-yard line, got just enough. Ball thrown out to the left side, and it's incomplete. As the pressure came once again, Hoover just got rid of it, and the ball goes to the ground, incomplete. Man, what a catch. That was, Savion Williams, who went up high, was able to cradle that football in. Couldn't have played it a whole lot better than what he did to convert on 4th down. But the incompletion now makes it 2nd down and 10 for TCU as they have it at the Houston 33-yard line. So from the Houston 33, again, 3 wide receivers to the left. Ball in the right hash mark. 2nd down and 10 from the Houston 33-yard line. Cougars with the lead. Back to pass again. Steps up in the pocket, throws, and a hit immediately is Savion Williams. A crossing pattern right at the line of scrimmage. He picks up maybe a couple of yards, but not much there. Is Latrell McCutcheon there to make that stop. It's going to be a pickup of now, 5 yards.
They're just running the cross route every play right now. They're running it to try to get, this is a part of the TCU quick game. They catch the snap and try to throw it within 2 seconds. Again, Cougars are doing a good job keeping it in front of them.
3rd and 6 for TCU from the Houston 29-yard line. Cougars on top, leading it. Back to pass, Hoover. Hoover throws, caught at the 10, at the 5, touchdown. Besh scores. Jack Besh caught it at the 10, ran away from Latrell McCutcheon, and TCU is on the board.
Well, Besh just gets away, and if he gets an arm length on you, he was at the 2nd level, so he was past the linebackers, felt a little more comfortable making the catch right up the middle.
Well, they will go ahead and not chase the points here. They will kick the extra point. As the score now, 27-18. Cougar offense has not scored here in this second half. They've got the field goal, but have not been able to get in the end zone. So here's the point after. The point after is up, and the point after is good. So TCU doing just about all the scoring here in this second half. And with 9 minutes and 25 seconds to play in this ballgame, new score here in Fort Worth. Houston 27, TCU 19. This is Houston Cougar football from Learfield.
You are in the hands of innovative orthopedic care at Memorial Hermann. We customize treatments by using breakthrough techniques like 3D printing for ultra-precise joint replacements. And we perform the most orthopedic surgeries in Greater Houston. You'll get the same specialty care that we provide to the Houston Rockets, so you can return sooner, stronger, better. This is orthopedic care designed for you. Memorial Hermann Rockets Orthopedics, advancing health, personalizing care.
This great call in Cougars history is presented by T-Mobile. October 30th, 2021 versus the SMU Mustangs. Marcus Jones helps the Cougars stun the 19th-ranked Mustangs in the final 30 seconds with a 100-yard kick return.
Marcus Jones to the 25, to the 30, breaks outside to the 35. Marcus Jones at midfield. Marcus Jones is going to take it to the house. Yes! Wow, with 17 seconds left in the game.
Head to T-Mobile.com and get a great deal on the iPhone 16 Pro.
I'm attorney Stuart J. Guss. For over 20 years, my team and I have been helping Houstonians injured in car accidents. We're honest, and we know how to deal with the insurance company. The right accident attorney can make all the difference in your case. So if you've been injured in a car accident, big or small, you can trust Gus to get you the best results possible.
Call Stuart J. Gus Injury Accident Lawyers today at 1-866-TRUST-GUS for a free consultation or visit trustgus.com.
Principal Office, Houston, Texas.
Back here in Fort Worth, TCU putting together a nice drive, and they have tightened things up quite a bit. Cougar football brought to you by The Joint Chiropractic. This is relief. This is personal chiropractic care that starts with an understanding of your specific needs and goals. This is easy. Open evenings and weekends. You can walk in anytime. Really easy with regular visits costing less than a typical copay. No insurance needed. This is The Joint Chiropractic. Find your relief at a location near you. The Joint Chiropractic. Cougars leading at 27-19, led 24-6 at halftime. They've been outscored 12-3 here in the second half. Make it 13-3 here in the second half. And offense going to have to come up with something right here, Ted Pardee, because it's been a while. It was a couple of 3-and-outs, and then they had a short field and were only able to come up with 3. The biggest play of that was the jumping early and the procedure penalty, which the false start cost the Cougars from the 3-yard line back to the 8, and that changed the entire dynamic of that whole drive, where the Cougars had it knocking on the doorstep. Instead, it was backed up, and now they got to go right back to work here offensively, and they will try to do so, moving right to left here in the fourth quarter. 9:25 to play in the fourth quarter. Cougars leading by 8, 27-19 here in Fort Worth. And now a crowd that's been kept quiet all night long is finally starting to get into it, as they've seen their Horned Frogs come from behind to make this an 8-point ball game. But once was 24-6. Here's the kick, and it'll go into the back of the end zone and come out to the 25-yard line, where the Cougars will have it first down and 10. Zion Chris has gone the whole way tonight, with the exception of one play at quarterback. Cougars have used a host of different running backs in this one. Jamarian Burnett has done most of the carryings tonight. Stacy Sneed, also Rashawn Sanford. Basically, all of them tonight we have seen, except for Parker Jenkins. We have not seen Parker with a carry in this game tonight. So now the Houston Cougars with the football, first down and 10, as they have it at their own 25-yard line, moving right to left. Rashawn Sanford is in at running back for the Cougars. And the Cougars are going with Donovan Smith at quarterback. So Donovan in at quarterback here in the fourth quarter, with 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. They hand it off, running play, breaking it through at the 35 out to the 40-yard line. A good run by Rashawn Sanford for the Cougars, as he picks up 15 yards on first down. Austin Jordan with the tackle. Well, he popped through the hole, and he was able to pick up 15 big yards out to the 40-yard line.
Yeah, GY counter, just run a counter play, great starter.
Now Donovan Smith looks to the sideline to our right. Devin Williams and Makai Muse wide to the left. He keeps it himself, now pitches it near side, cutting it up field to the 45-yard line. Short of the 45 at the 44 is Rashawn Sanford again. Picks up 4 more yards. This is curious. I'm wondering if Zion Chris is having to deal with some cramps right now.
Well, no, certainly. But I like seeing Donovan do a good job of running this. He ran the freeze option right there. Again, nice look and good yards.
So Donovan stays in at quarterback. Again, wide receiver to the left, wide receiver to the right, 2 tight ends set. Rashawn Sanford is the running back. Cougars with the lead in the fourth quarter. Fake the handoff, quick throw. It's caught near sideline, knocked out of bounds. It's going to be close to a Cougar first down. See, he needed 6 for the first down. I think he's going to be a little bit, nope, he's going to say it's a first down for Houston. Let's check in with Jeremy Branham. Jeremy?
Yeah, guys, Chris was dealing with those cramps earlier. It seems like those have settled down. Now they're starting to kind of massage and work out his hand-wrist, his right hand wrist. Doesn't look serious, working on it right now with the athletic trainers, guys.
Well, Devin Williams with the catch, and it's a Houston first down as they approach midfield at the 48-yard line. On the minus side of midfield, Donovan Smith sends a man in motion. Jaden York to the right, running play to Rashawn Sanford. Sanford tries to cut it outside to the right, gets around the corner. Sanford to the 20, the 45, and down to the 40-yard line. What a run!
What a run!
Rashawn Sanford looked like he was bottled up and may lose a yard. Instead, Sanford takes it right into the teeth of that defense and takes it ahead across the 40-yard line to the 36. As it was Lamarian James that pushed him out of bounds, but not before another good gain for the Cougar offense.
And just getting it to the outside. Again, nice zone blocking up front. Nothing too crazy. Cougar offensive line does a good job, and Sanford takes advantage of it.
First down at 10, Houston from the TCU 36-yard line. Donovan looking over the defense, takes the snap, this time fakes the handoff, throws right, caught there. Devin Williams steps out of bounds on the quick hitter. He steps out of bounds inside the 30-yard line at the 27-yard line as Channing Canada was there with the coverage. But the Cougars, another good gain on first down, picks up 7. It'll bring up second down and 3.
And again, just a little bit of quick game. It's an RPO. It's a true RPO play where he can give it, but again, he's got single coverage on the outside. How can you not take that, guys?
Well, a score here could be huge, but still a lot of work to do. Second down and 3 for the Cougars. They have the football at the TCU 29-yard line, leading here in the fourth quarter. Running play up the middle, and Burnett takes it across the 30, and he's down to the 26-yard line. He's going to be short of the first down, I believe, by about a half a yard. Short of the first down, so biggest play of this game for the Cougars. Nana Osafu-Mensah there to make the tackle for TCU. It's going to be third down and a little more than a half yard to go for the first down. Third and less than 1. Houston with the ball at the TCU 27-yard line. Cougars leading 27-19. 5:50 to play in this ball game. Running play up the middle. They go. Tries to break it outside. Does and has the first down.
Wow.
He hit the middle of that line, popped it to the outside, falls across the 25-yard line, and that is enough for a Cougar first down as this drive will continue. Now the Cougars, I know there's... You're at the point now where you're at the 25-yard line of TCU. I'm not saying you want to milk the clock, but you certainly don't want to get in any kind of a hurry right here.
Kevin, on that play, Donovan keeps it. He might walk to the end zone. I know that it's always it's easy to do it up here, but my goodness, and what great effort, a second effort there.
First and 10 from the TCU 25-yard line as the Cougars move right to left in the fourth quarter. This time the running play up the middle and back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. As there was nothing doing there, as that one was really clogged up the middle and nowhere to go as Rashawn Sanford on that handoff, and there were all kind of TCU Horned Frogs all over him. No gain on the play. It'll be second down and 10 as Cooper McDonald there to make that stop for TCU.
Well, and you got to keep, look, I know you're in sort of the red zone area, extended red zone. You got to be able to continue to throw the ball. You got to do it to keep TCU's defense honest. That's the key. You've got to keep them honest.
So 2 go off for TCU, 2 come on. It's second down and 10, Houston at the TCU 25-yard line. Donovan Smith, keeper up the middle, and Donovan across the 25, maybe picked up a yard. That's it. Donovan Smith to the 24-yard line. Cougar offense trying to keep it conservative here as Johnny Hodges made that tackle. It'll be under 4 minutes to play in this ball game when they snap this football. Third down and 9, Houston from the 24. You're talking about a 41-yard field goal at this point. You want to get closer than this, that is for sure. Donovan Smith looks over the defense, stands in that shotgun formation on 3rd down and 9, Houston for the TCU 24. Back to pass, Donovan Smith breaks a tackle. Donovan at the 20, Donovan at the 15-yard line. Donovan has the first down as he hurdles the 15-yard line down to the 14, and the Cougars with a first down with 3.5 minutes left in this ball game. Jamal Johnson made the tackle for TCU, but the Cougars get a fresh set of downs, and they'll have them from the 14-yard line of TCU.
So TCU brings double A-gap blitz from both linebackers. So you've got a lot of heat coming right up the middle. You've got Nnamdi Obiazere and you've got Johnny Hodges both blitzing. But boy, talk about cool, calm, and collected. Donovan Smith looks like the veteran that he is and makes it happen.
So Donovan Smith, again, looking over that defense on 1st down and 10 for Houston from the 14. Rashawn Sanford up the middle, and beg your pardon, it's Jamarian Burnett. Burnett back to the line of scrimmage. TCU's probably going to start using some timeouts here, and they do. They call their first timeout with 2 minutes and 54 seconds to play in this ballgame. 2:54 to play, and a timeout on the field. We'll take this break as the Cougars looking to pull the upset, but work to do. 2:54 left here in Fort Worth. Our score, Houston 27, TCU 19. This is Houston Cougar football from Learfield.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
Some days you hit snooze, but not today. Today you have to go on a run to get burgers for the tailgate. You've got to haul something heavy. A cooler stocked with Bud Light. And you've got beer and football, nothing is hard. Until the other team scores. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus, copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
I love watching my child grow through football, learning values and life skills that extend beyond the playing field. Now, there are more ways to play than ever before, from flag to tackle and beyond, with opportunities for boys and girls at any age. To find the right team, explore FutureForFootball.com's new League Locator tool and explore nearby leagues. It's never been easier to get your family involved in the game.
Cougar football is brought to you by our friends at Antone's Famous Po' Boys, handmade daily right here in Houston with recipes that haven't changed since 1962. It's no wonder generations of Texans have enjoyed the iconic Po' Boys, wrapped in white butcher paper and made with the highest quality meats, cheeses, their famous chow chow, relish, and pickles. All that on a fresh French bread. Cougar fans can score one at TD-ECU Stadium all season long or at HEB. Antone's a proud sponsor of University of Houston Athletics. Well, here's how it lays out right now. Cougars leading 27-12. They have scored only 27-19, I beg your pardon. 27-19. It's an 8-point lead for Houston. The Cougars have the football 2nd down and 9. And they have it at the TCU 13-yard line. So the Cougars in striking distance here, but still TCU with 2 timeouts remaining. And I beg your pardon, TCU only has 1 timeout left. According to the scoreboard here, maybe they took a timeout earlier in this half.
I guess
they only have 1 timeout remaining.
I forgot about that.
So Cougars with the football 2nd down and 9, Houston. Ball is at the TCU 13-yard line after the timeout with 2:54 to play. Houston on top, 27-19. 8-point Houston Cougar lead as Donovan Smith has come in on this drive at quarterback, and they have engineered a very nice answer drive so far. Looking for points here. Just under 3 minutes left in the ballgame. Donovan Smith takes the snap, keeps it himself. Donovan back to the line of scrimmage. Probably lost a yard on that play, and see if TCU wants to call its final timeout, and they will. So TCU calls timeout.
Final charge timeout, TCU. Media timeout.
TCU takes its final timeout. We will take a break with them. 2:49 to play. All of 5 seconds later. We'll take a break. Cougars will have the football 3rd down and 10 when we come back deep inside TCU territory, leading 27-19. This is Houston Cougar football from Learfield.
Some days you hit snooze, but not today. Today you have to go on a run to get burgers for the tailgate. You've got to haul something heavy, a cooler stocked with Bud Light. And you've got beer and football, nothing is hard. Until the other team scores. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus. Copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
At a location near you. This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
Well, 4th quarter, TCU has used its final timeout. And each and every time we have a review. They're brought to you by Close Shave Instant Replays. Are brought to you by Barbasol Shaving Cream. Feeling great starts with a great shave, and a great shave starts with Barbasol. Thick and rich moisturizing lather. Start your day off right with Barbasol. Let's go down on the field, check in with Jeremy Branham.
Thank you, Ash. You guys were reminiscing about that first timeout TCU took. Remember, they took that timeout after they subbed, and the Cougars were being very patient with their subs, and that's good game management. Cougars stole 40 seconds away from the second half, which is crucial in this game.
That is huge when you think about game management, because that is a thing that Willie Fritz really hangs his hat on. Absolutely. That's one of the reasons why he didn't like the having to be able to have the microphones in the helmets, or the earpieces in the helmets, because he thought that takes away from coaching, because it takes away from game management.
Absolutely. No, I think people can say what they want. This is how the game's played, and this is what when we talk about ball control, we really should call it clock control.
3rd down and 10 for Houston. 3rd down and 10 from the TCU 14-yard line. Make it 2:49 to play in this ballgame. Up the middle they go. Donovan Smith, and he just bullies his way down on the quarterback draw, takes it to the middle of the field, and he is down to about the 8-yard line. And they'll send the field goal unit out onto the field for the Cougars. I think they're going to send the field goal unit out onto the field. It's 4th down and 5. They're not sending the field goal unit out onto the field. Wait, they've got to be sending the field goal unit out onto the field. They're gonna run this clock down as far as they can.
They're gonna try to get them to jump.
Yeah, and right now it's 4th down and 5. So the Cougars do have their offensive unit out on the field. It's 2:10 and counting. They'll have to run a play before the 2-minute timeout. So Donovan will take the delay of game. So this is going to back it up. Basically, this will back it up to about the 14-yard line. So you're going to be looking at about a 31-yard field goal coming up here for the Cougars. They call the timeout before the penalty comes, and it comes with 2:02 to play in this ball game. So Jack Martin will bring that valuable right foot out onto the field right now, and we'll see how the Cougars can extend this lead by 3 more points. Now, Jack Martin struggled early on, was replaced by Joseph Kim. Joseph Kim had his struggles. Jack Martin was the man after that, and Martin with a couple of field goals here tonight. And he'll look for one more, one that would be absolutely huge in this one tonight. Cougars have used 2 different quarterbacks in this game. Zion Chris got the start, went most of the way. Donovan Smith has been the closer here tonight, with Zion Chris being attended to on the sideline. So the ball right between the hash marks, right in the middle of the field. The hold will come from the 17-yard line. So this is a 27-yard attempt to the goalpost to our left. There's Jack Martin looking to add to the Cougar lead here with 2:02 to play. Could be the biggest field goal of the season. Everybody lined up, ready to go. 27-yard attempt. Good pass from center. Kick is up, and the kick is good. Jack Martin kicks it through, and the Cougars extend their lead to 11 with 1:58 left in this ball game. Cougars on top, 30-19, and that will be our 2-minute timeout. So we'll take a break. Our final timeout of the night comes at the 2-minute timeout as the Cougars lead over TCU 30-19 here in Fort Worth. This is Houston Cougar football from Learfield.
At King Ranch Ag and Turf, we bring you over a century of John Deere expertise. Proudly serving the greater Houston area, for your lawn, land, business, or job site, Deere equipment is built to last. And our dedicated team is committed to helping you find the best fit at the best price. Visit your preferred Houston John Deere dealer today or visit us online at KingRanchAgTurf.com. King Ranch Ag and Turf, built on tradition, driven by excellence.
You are in the hands of innovative orthopedic care at Memorial Hermann. We customize treatments by using breakthrough techniques like 3D printing for ultra-precise joint replacements. And we perform the most orthopedic surgeries in Greater Houston. You'll get the same specialty care that we provide to the Houston Rockets, so you can return sooner, stronger, better. This is orthopedic care designed for you. Memorial Hermann Rockets Orthopedics, advancing health, personalizing care.
Big trip on the horizon? The Parking Spot gets you going faster. The Parking Spot is a simpler, easier way to navigate airport parking. When you book online, you save money and are guaranteed a spot. We'll pick you up at your trunk in our yellow and black spotted shuttles, help you with your bags, and take you straight to the terminal. Parking and saving come full circle at the Parking Spot. Get going faster with the Parking Spot. Visit theparkingspot.com to reserve your spot. Use promo code SPOT24 to save on your reservation today.
Well, huge field goal by Jack Martin to lift the Cougars to a 30-19 lead with 1:58 remaining in this ball game. Martin with his third field goal of the night. That one had a little knuckle to it, but just able to sneak into that left upright and extend that Cougar lead as they now lead it by 11. Again, now you got to call on a defense that has been so very good here tonight so far, holding TCU to 19 points so far in this ballgame. So Cougar defense going to be called on once again here. How do you play this? Because you don't want to be too aggressive. Obviously, you don't want to get beat with a quick score. But at the same time, I just hate that sitting back and just watching a team go right down the field catching the ball, because you know that Kendall Briles will settle for that and picking up 6 to 8 to 12 yards at a time. That's something that you want to make them actually, use some time off the clock. I get that, but it's still a 2-score game.
It's still a 2-score game, but what you're going to see a lot of is, you're going to see a lot of 3-man rush. You'll see 2 lines of guys defensively. You're going to see 3 deep, and you're going to see, about 5 other guys right there, and you got to find a way to keep it all in front of you. That's the goal, is to keep everything in front of you.
So Jordan Bailey is back deep for TCU. Cougars come back out onto the field here at Amon Carter Stadium. Amon Carter Stadium that is cleared out a little bit. Clearly, this game is not over yet. We've seen the Cougars come up with one of the biggest comebacks I have ever seen here in this stadium.
Absolutely.
That was in the bowl game against Pittsburgh. And we're down 20 points with 4 minutes left in the game and won. Right now, trying to hold on to an 11-point lead with just under 2 minutes left in this contest. 30-19, Houston on top of TCU. 1:58 left. Jack Martin with the football, teed up at the 35-yard line to our right. Martin approaches it, gets his right foot into it, hits this one a high returnable kick. It'll come down to Bailey. He'll let it go, and it'll go back through into the end zone. He was underneath it. He was going to catch it for a minute. In the last second, he kind of backed away from it very quickly, and the ball will come out to the 25-yard line where TCU will scrimmage first down and 10. Josh Hoover brings his offensive unit out onto the field. The Cougar defense done a nice job so far here tonight. This is a TCU offense that averages nearly 470 yards of total offense a game. They have held TCU tonight to 200 yards under their season average, about 266 yards of total offense in this game tonight. So first down and 10, TCU, as they have the football at their own 25-yard line. Hoover back to pass. Hoover being pressured. Hoover gets away from it. Now he'll roll. Holding penalty coming up against TCU. He'll throw the ball deep downfield, and it is incomplete. But there should be a holding penalty coming up here against TCU. It should come up as J.P. Richardson was the intended receiver. I think it's going to be on 58, Bless Harris. Either that or 56, Ben Taylor Ward.
Number 56.
Yeah,
10-yard penalty.
Yeah.
Repeat first down.
Taylor Whitfield called for the penalty, and it was one of those where you saw the holding was really very, very obvious, and you're thinking, please call the penalty, and then they didn't, and then they finally threw.
And then they did.
And they finally threw the marker. He may have been reaching for it, so. That'll back it up, and it'll also take about 10 more seconds off the clock. So the clock stops with 1:48 to play in the ball game. So it'll be first down and 20 for TCU as it's backed up to the 15-yard line. Hoover back to pass. Hoover looking, steps up in the pocket. He'll throw deep down the field, and it is incomplete as
good
contact
coverage
downfield, but really good coverage. As they were looking for Besh down at the 35-yard line of Houston. The Cougars were all over that. Hershey McLaurin, he was one of those back there on that coverage for the Cougars. And so it'll be third down now coming up and 20 for TCU.
Jalen Garner is also out there. You know, again, this defense is one of the best that the Cougs have had in quite some time. This defense is playing lights out.
I always say that. Some of the best teams we've ever had at University of Houston.
I mean it.
You always think about run and shoot. You always think about the high-flying offense.
Oh, yeah.
The defenses have been the keys on those teams.
Mad Dog defense.
Second down and 20. Back to pass again. This is third down and 20. Over the middle, it is caught for a gain out to the 27-yard line. It was second down and 20. It's going to be short of the first down as Michael Batten makes the tackle on J.P. Richardson. So it's going to be third down coming up for TCU. Third down and 8 for the Horned Frogs. Third down and 8. The ball is at the 27-yard line of TCU. Hoover again back to pass. Hoover guns this one, and this one is caught and knocked down at the 45-yard line. His pass was complete there at the 45-yard line as Blake Knoll makes the catch, and the clock stops. They'll reset the clock, and now it's 1:05 remaining in this ball game as A.J. Halsey there to make that tackle. Back to pass again, Hoover. Hoover wings this one out far side, caught there by Richardson as he steps out of bounds with 59 seconds remaining in this ball game. As it'll be now,
just got to keep it in front of you.
Keep it in front of you. Second down and 3 coming up as they pick up 7 on that play. As he steps out of bounds with 59 seconds remaining.
John Paul Richardson's made a bunch of plays tonight.
Yes,
but,
he has.
You know, it takes more than one guy out there. That's for sure.
He's a really, really good football player. He's one of the leaders on this TCU team.
Absolutely.
59 seconds left. Second down and 3. Ball's at the 49-yard line. Hoover back to pass. Pumps once. Big hit. Ball's loose.
Ball's out.
Loose. Cougars have the football. I believe they have it. And they do. Michael Batten recovers the ball, and the Cougars will be able to run that clock out.
Rolling on the field is a fumble. Recovered by the defense.
They recover it with 48 seconds remaining. Zykeia Strong knocked it loose, and the ball was recovered by Michael Batten, and the Cougars have the football. And now they can head for the exits here in Fort Worth. Whew.
Boy, that's talk about a defense getting after it and not trying to play it safe, Kevin. Not trying to play it safe. Rushing 4 guys. I was wrong. I said I thought they'd only rush 3. They're bringing the regular rush. And when you can put pressure on the quarterback with just 4 guys, Kevin, boy, that makes playing defense a lot of fun.
Keith Cooper and Zykeia Strong both knocked it loose. It was Batten that finally came up with it. Quindrio Lee was able to knock it away, and then Batten came up with it. Cougars in the best-looking formation we've seen them run all season long. They will snap it once, and they'll snap it one more time, and they'll walk out of Fort Worth, ending a 9-game losing streak at the hands of the TCU Horned Frogs. What a massive win for the Houston Cougars, as the Cougars are going to come away with a victory here. 25 seconds left. They'll snap it one more time, and the Cougars beat TCU. They upset the Horned Frogs here in Fort Worth as the Cougars pick up the victory. Their first in Big 12 play this season, and their third overall as the Houston Cougars got a great performance tonight from Zion Chris at quarterback. It was Donovan Smith who came in and closed it out for the Cougars, but a defensive effort that held the TCU Horned Frogs, an offense that averages over 450 yards a game, to less than 300 yards of total offense in this ball game here tonight.
Kevin, I'll tell you what, you and I know a lot of folks over there at TCU, and having a few conversations last week and leading up to this game, TCU knew that Houston's defense was formidable. They knew that they were going to run into some challenges. But, again, until you play the game, you just don't know for sure. But, wow, what a great game for the Cougar offense, Kevin. I think that's the key for tonight is what a fantastic job by the offensive coaches and by the players.
Yeah, tip of the cap to Kevin Barbay, who is, let's face it, he has faced a lot of criticism this week because his offense has just not really gotten it done over the last 2 weeks. But tonight they came up huge in this ball game, and congratulations to Willie Fritz as they go on the road and come up with a huge win, the first Big 12 win of the Willie Fritz era. And if you're going to get one, here's the time to do it. You do it when you've got a bye week coming up, an open week coming up, so you don't just have 1 week to enjoy this. You have 2 weeks, and we are going to hear from head coach Willie Fritz. He's busy with a whole lot of congratulations right now, a whole lot of high fives. His wrist is going to be sore after this one. Man, what a job tonight by the Houston Cougars as they come into Fort Worth. They beat TCU 30-19 as they never trailed in this ball game, and they got the victory here tonight. And they're going to stop right now because the Cougar band came here tonight and they are playing the school song. We're going to hear from Willie Fritz here in just a moment. On our way up from Buc-ee's, we had the entire band in front of us in line. Took us a little extra time to get here, but it was certainly worth the wait as the Cougars pick up the victory here tonight in Fort Worth, pick up their second win of the season in their first in Big 12 play. As Houston's final score tonight, they win it over TCU 30-19. Congratulations, Coach Fritz. Let's head down to Jeremy Branham. Jeremy?
Appreciate it, Ash. Coach, congratulations. He's still celebrating with his team. We'll get to him in just a moment. Coach, congratulations. First Big 12 win comes on the road. How were you able to do it tonight?
Yeah, well, we did a really good job of converting, had some explosive plays. We got fortunate in the first half where we had a couple fumbles and we recovered them. I believe we were +3. When you're +3, you're going to win 99.9% of your games. So just really proud of the guys. We've had a tough few weeks, and they were just tough as crap. I better watch my language.
How about the offense, Coach, especially your closer, Donovan Smith?
Great job, man. Great job. Zion did a great job.
He's high-fiving, guys. He's celebrating. I know. That's
head coach Willie Fritz.
That's a great win tonight. And, man, it couldn't happen to a better guy.
That's right.
Willie Fritz. He left Jeremy in the tunnel and jumped up on the railing